Dystopia Tonight. Dystopia Tonight.
Welcome to the cast, gentlemen.
What the fuck is up?
There is no God. Fuck Donald Trump. I'm pro-choice. Shock value.
Butt stuff in dicks.
Oh fuck! Dayne, I like that you were rocking out to the music.
Pieces of shit.
Yo, first of all, I was so two things first came to my mind. Right,
go for it.
One, I was like, yo, that beat's kind of hard from the fucking from the intro, and then the second thing
thank you.
I was like,
Dystopia.
Oh, that was
the
second part was I was like, yo, who's this bitch that said the
that's Melody? She's been on the show. She's so you'll fucking love her. You gotta Yeah, she mixes music. She does all that shit. I will set you guys up. That was nice.
Is she in LA? Stop.
No, she is in DC.
Still, like my sister lives in DC. What's up?
There you go. Go for a little visit. Say hello. Meet her. That'd be great. So I know you guys. Well enough. I've known you guys for a while now. I feel like we're close enough. I got to ask you, how happy are you that Cosby's free? Go.
Oh, dude, ecstatic. The best thing ever. Oh, man. He totally deserves it. He absolutely deserved it because we all know that even though you did the fucking thing, it's all about the letter of the law and technicalities.
Hey, man, shut the fuck up, man. Wait a minute, man. Shut the fuck
bullshit.
Fuck all of that.
Bullshit.
I want to go on record and say fuck all of that, even as a joke. Fuck all of that, because fuck
you too, then, Dayne. Fuck you sideways.
I mean, look, it's been even more of a sore subject for me as of late because I've had so many friends since that, even still, really trying to defend this motherfucker. Like, yeah, well, it was all a conspiracy. I'm like,
yeah.
Bro, there's tape. Like, there's depositions of him saying what the fuck he did. Like, it's a technicality.
What John's trying to segue into is we have him on next Thursday on Dystopia Tonight to promote his new comedy.
He's on next.
Oh my God. Could you imagine?
We have him waiting in the wings.
I got some questions.
Dude, part of me was like, I wonder if he'd be desperate enough to do something like a random podcast he's never heard. You know what I mean? I wonder if he's like, of course I will come.
He said he wants to go on a tour.
But
that's what his aim is.
I feel like he's still got people. Like he's still got a team.
Oh yeah,
that's handling his PR and shit.
Oh, absolutely. Which is, by the way, you would think would be. Oh yeah, like imagine that PR team though. You got to be
goddamn soulless. Fucking soulless.
Like, do you think their angle is like, if we make this work, we'll be the best goddamn PR in all of
What happened is they all got in a fucking room
or Republicans
and they had a meeting on how to make an actual convicted rapist, drugging rapist look. They're like, okay, so how do we make this rapist look good? That's the conversation they had to have.
OJ's just like, hold my beer.
Yeah. No, but don't drink out of it.
Right? And they're like, okay, look, Cosby, just stay they're like, Bill, stay the fuck off Twitter. First of all.
Go on, guys.
Exactly. Yeah, I love that he confessed that the whole thing was that like he said that he had Quaaludes, and their whole angle was like he didn't say if the women wanted the Quaaludes though. That sometimes that's used in sex and it's super fun, and they're all like, no, he drugged us. He totally drugged us. like we weren't. Nobody asked for it.
Like all of us, none of us know each other, but we all have the same story because he did it all to all of us, all 60 of us, all that.
Yeah, they have to present each case in court like it's a magic trick. Like, I've never met this woman before, have I?
Have I? And if she doesn't remember, does it count?
Ew. Okay, wait.
If a tree falls in the if a whore falls
sir.
No, I said this on the show, on our show the other night, and it's still the best statement I've heard about this whole situation is, I think it was Jake Tapper. He said, this thing here proves that we have a legal system, not a justice system.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
It's just
true.
so fucking spot on. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, that's what Geraldo's whole fucking
example.
thing was, wasn't it? Where he was like, I wasn't defending him, I was defending the justice system. Like, either way, scumbag.
Dude, right?
Dude.
Either way, scumbag.
The one is there to uphold the other, not to be gamed by fucking jerk-offs who went to some like dog shit university. Like, go fuck yourself.
Yeah, exactly. Oh my god,
it's so fucking crazy.
There's some people who believe it. I was on a podcast the other day, dude, and there were like 7 of us on this fucking show, and of course there's this one dude, and he's defending Cosby all the way, all the wrong reasons. He's basically like, how many white people get away with shit? Cosby can't get away with it. I'm like, bad argument though.
How is that an argument? You suck as a person.
It was fucking. We got into it for a little bit, and it was hilarious.
Yeah. That's one of those stupid fucking points that people make. Like that's an argument style, along with like straw man arguments and people conflating issues that feel entirely too prevalent on a very specific group of people.
Yeah,
right. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, I have no idea how to navigate the actual logic and facts of this debate, sir. So what I'm going to do is pull shit clean out my ass and pretend that you're stupid enough to fucking not see exactly what I'm doing.
Also, I love that he came out of
sir.
I love that he came out of jail and he's suddenly also not blind anymore. Right? Like, wasn't it like he's a blind old feeble man and he got out of jail to the Cosby theme and was like still doing the dance?
Right,
that's what jail showers will do. It was actually just sight right back.
Yeah, right. It was just blue gelatin on his eyelids. It's just
right. Yeah, exactly.
Fucking.
Oh my god.
I would like to use
this.
Up. I hate to do this, but you don't. I don't at all, and it's what I do.
Uh-oh.
I would like to use this as a minor segue if I could, because
do it.
Something happened. I'm gonna just say this right now. I'm gonna plant my flag really fucking firmly, deeply right here. If you want to pay, if you're a guy and you want to pay a compliment to a young lady, fine. You want to take her out.
What a segue.
Fine. When we get you look, hold on. You want to take her out, fine. You want to have a good time, sure. Get fucked up, do your thing. When it gets into this whole entitled fucking either because I'm a guy or I'm a fucking celebrity or I'm with all my guy friends, where now we got to be somehow fucking blatantly disrespectful to women and abusive and whatever. And it's like, well, there's going to be all kinds of millions of fucking apologies made for us. Like, we didn't know what we were doing. It was a long time ago. Well, you know, the girls like, it's like, look, I'm going to say, if you're around me and that shit starts to fucking go that way, I'm going to throw something at you. Like something, and I'm not going to tell you what it is. It's going to depend on the level.
What's within your proximity?
Yeah. Like what's within my proximity and how much inside me internally, I just want to fuck you up. So it might be a
throwing you at the, he's throwing me. Exactly. Dayne is also super tall. Tom's like 7'8", and Dayne is also.
No,
right around there. I keep increasing Tom's size each episode.
Dayne, you sure? I'm taller than Dayne.
You're tall.
No way.
Yeah, he is. I'm like 5'11".
I'm 6'1".
Oh, all right. Wow.
It's the hair.
You're really tall, but I imagine
it's the hair that makes me look taller.
I'm a little wider.
Yeah.
Okay.
You know?
Okay. All right.
So
I haven't noticed.
My dick's a little bigger, so
that's the problem. So Dayne's 5'11" on the kickstand.
I got it. Dayne's got the length. You've got the girth. We understand.
That's it. I'm an.
I actually had that conversation the other day. All right, guys. Hey guys. What do you think? What do you think? By and large, is more important to women? That do you think length or girth?
Whether you have a job,
you win. You win.
Money does absolutely trump.
Yeah,
I feel like both length and girth.
Don't say that word on here. Don't say that.
Yeah, because they can still fuck other people as long as you got money. At least they're secure. Trust me, I've been around enough of them.
That's funny.
Real ones.
It's none of that. It's not.
A lot of married women in the DMs.
What is it?
It's understanding what that specific woman wants.
Oh, shut the fuck up!
Look at Jesus!
I fucking hate you.
Wow, that was super fucking woke.
Hang on.
Married, I'm a decent human being thing to say. Fuck you.
Yo, that's a I know how to make women come thing is what the fuck that is, Dane.
You know what? First
like
of all,
a goddamn fountain.
First of all, there's a difference. There's
wife
a difference
agreeing from above.
There's a difference between knowing the path and walking the path. That's one.
So far, hold on a second. Your wife is agreeing from above, but Dane's got a piece of ass, he said, right in front of that computer screen.
What you talking about?
You said it off air. I'm saying it on air.
Yo, you about to King 9 this shit right now.
I'm looking at his face.
Good.
I'm saying, man, that camera probably swivels. I'm just saying. We haven't.
If I could swivel
if he swivels it, it will break.
If I could,
it will break.
Is it attached?
Ask me how I know.
If I could turn it around, I would turn it around. But it's a whole process.
If he literally does anything with electronics in his general vicinity, something will break.
Something will pop out.
Listen to me. Our first, I'm this is not an exaggeration. Multiple times, without touching the electronics, he still managed to spill whiskey on the shit that was within an immediate vicinity. And
first of all, it was bourbon, dick. Second of all,
my bad. I'm sorry. Hang on. Let me plug it for him. Uncle Nearest. He spilled Uncle Nearest on it.
I missed them. They didn't even.
Oh God, Jesus!
Who shows this again? I don't know.
It doesn't even matter. This is beautiful.
It doesn't matter.
I feel like if we saw in front of Dane right now, it'd be a woman on a heart-shaped bed with a quarter machine next to it. Like,
no.
I would 10,000%
everything black.
I was 10,000%.
Cloth, vampires, chains, some shit like that. That would.
So it's Pete Carter's.
See? I know my boy.
That's true. That's true. I would 10,000%.
He needs to look like she's levitating, like it's like it's The Exorcist.
Come out.
That's
like
the only way he'll fuck you is if you floating.
I mean, lightweight, or you don't mind getting bitten.
Yeah,
and the fucked up part is that's not even a joke. I am not even exaggerating. You will probably get fucking bitten.
I don't wait. Oh God, that's fucking great. Wait, I gotta read you guys. We're talking about woke shit before. I gotta read you guys this fucking tweet from earlier that I saw. All right, ready? Here we go. Break this one down for me. This is fucking some dumb shit. Not wanting to date trans women stems from y'all not viewing them as real women. So yes, your preference is transphobic. This is what drives people to republicanism, by the way.
Yes, it is.
I appreciate your tweet, John. Don't worry.
It's my tweet. Full disclosure, I have a separate Twitter account where I'm a young black woman. So there's just so I can be a real
you would know the difference.
That's a lot. That's a lot
to unpack, isn't it?
It's one of those things. It's one of those things. Like you said earlier, that's what drives people to quote republicanism, which sounds like a disease because.
Let's face it,
but it really is. Bill Maher talks about all the time too. The purity test that the far left puts people through. And when I say far left, there are two versions of the far left. There are people who are considered far left for their ideologies and the enforcement of those through like Twitter. And then there are people who are considered quote far left for really being just kind of left of center for their actual policies.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying. So and those two people get combined too often. Like people who are like, hey, you shouldn't go bankrupt and die because you have cancer. Like, I don't think that's a bridge too far. But then there's that bullshit where it's like, yeah, hey, you're a fucking terrible person because you're not specifically attracted to this exact type of person. Like,
exactly.
Go fuck yourself. This is a personal preference. Look, if you're into it, I won't judge you for being into it.
Exactly.
That's what
liberalism is. Yeah, exactly. Do whatever the fuck you want. Just don't make me do it too.
Don't hurt nobody and do whatever the fuck you want. End of it. Straight fucking end of it. But the rest of it's like, stop making me out to be some type of villain for not thinking the way you do.
Right.
Because people on the right are never going to be like that either. And that's why I don't villainize
most people. They're not going to come close to it, let's be honest.
No, they will not. But I won't villainize most people on the right for the same reason, though. You know what I'm saying? Like, you need to have some fucking semblance of, like, humanity and rationality behind these, blanketed fucking fuck yous that people throw out there all the time.
Yeah, it's like real, very fucking specific where I'm like, who hurt you? Just list the name. Just tell us who hurt you, and then we'll fucking go after them. But you don't need to fucking blanket sweep all of us.
They mean well.
I would have one question.
But they don't.
For that
what was your one question?
For that person? And that's like,
I think I know what it is.
So all right.
Wait, Quagmire, pre-op or post-op?
No, like, what if, like, I guess you could kind of, sort of have a semblance of a point if they didn't know that you were trans, like, and they were just, you know what I mean? Like, do they, like, are they aware that you're trans and they're still like,
no, but
you know what I mean? Because if you just
throws you. Let's face it, some women just age into manhood. Like you've seen, so like they just kind of where you're like, oh, you have a mustache now. So is it? What are you going with? You changing your name? What's going on?
That's true.
But there's also like, what is it specifically about this individual, not anything else, just about this individual that throws you? And if it happens to be an aspect of that, because at the same time, like you could be a full-fledged woman, and I've not stayed with women because of their teeth.
I have, or like the back of their earlobe.
So like this other thing could be a thing I can't mentally get past, and it's not because like you decided to make this choice. It's because it just doesn't float my boat.
Right. A dick is definitely something I can't mentally get past.
Right. Exactly.
I feel like
that's an assumption.
That's where the line's at, right about there.
Hey, for me, if you tried, it would just, if it's good enough, it would get in the way. You know what I mean? Like, like you'd still have like, even if you're just like, it would just be like,
okay, but wait,
to each their own.
But I'd be your friend. You know what I mean? I wouldn't, just because there's no sexual attraction doesn't mean I wouldn't like. But
isn't that the point? Is that you're just accepting of the? You're like, oh, okay, like I'll do the pronoun thing, I'll do all that shit. Yeah, but because I don't want to. Like, then I'm also fattest or weightest or whatever the fuck it. Like, you know what I mean? Like, if you're like if you're over 400 pounds.
Fattest should be what they call it. But
I'm not into it.
Again, here's the thing, and this is.
Wait a minute. Wait. First of all, where's the fat? Second of all, how much of it is there? And third of all, you know, what's it do? Sometimes.
No, look,
I'm here for it. Sometimes.
Listen, here's the thing. I'm 5'4". If I can get lost in those folds, I don't want it. I have a suffocation issue. I have a bit of a claustrophobic thing going on.
You need to figure out. The good in the folds. Sometimes getting lost. Sometimes getting lost in those folds is the best part, bud.
Having been close to those folds in an elevator setting, I can tell you right now, there's nothing good in those folds.
So then the question becomes, John,
what'd you say?
Thin with a penis or heavier and female? Maybe this lady wasn't so far off of what you're thinking.
Oh my god.
What the fuck?
There's a lot of options for a lot of people. I just have a very but you know what, it's the same shit. Like how many, it's like this shit though, but how many women go online and constantly talk about how they don't want a short guy? And that's totally, which by the way, I don't give a shit about it, but that is a very specific thing that they will consistently do. And it's kind of funny that they always put it on men in kind of a way that's like, oh, but if you don't want this, if you don't think
you can't handle me.
Yeah, if you're like flipping through a shit ton of attractive women, and then they suddenly throw up a 8-month pregnant woman, and they're like, "Oh, you don't want to come to her," and you're like, "No, actually don't. You actually ruined my experience."
Correct.
I don't find anything flatteringly.
Not for me, man. Some people into it.
Didn't somebody?
Not I, sir.
Didn't like Demi Lovato just put out?
I thought those were just lies that
pregnancy.
No, I'm celebrating it, but I thought those were just lies that husbands were obligated to tell their pregnant wives. I didn't know the rest of us had to join in.
No, there are guys who are straight up into it.
Yeah, there are. I mean, everybody's got their fucking kink too. And you know what? I don't judge it. That's good. Good.
No, I'm saying I don't judge people for having kids in the first place, even though I'm sure shit not.
I judge people for having
kids.
Dude,
I know.
I don't like people. I don't like kids, bro. I don't. I feel like
I do a little.
Hold on, and it's like. Yeah, no, I'm an asshole about it. Like I'll really look at you like you're fucking dumb. Like, especially like depending on what the age is. Like, if you're 20 fucking.
Are you calling your parents dumb? No,
I'm
saying. Like, my parents, like,
my mom having me was probably pretty dumb.
Same.
And like, she probably could have done better.
I was at the wedding,
gotten herself in a better position.
I'm just saying, I was at the wedding.
That's the nicest thing a son could say about their mother.
But
like that's a fucking Mother's Day card.
You're gonna sound like that wrong without the context.
But in the best way.
I am.
Fuck. Anyway, there is a Demi Lovato. There's a Demi Lovato. I think it's Demi Lovato that did the photo shoot just now where she's pregnant. Was it? Who is it? She's like major celebrity.
No fucking idea.
Just dropped an album. And she's got like her
Scarlett Johansson's pregnant,
and like she's got like a boob out.
It's Halsey. Halsey. That's it. She's fucking amazing. I don't care if you have a kid and then you're posing nude again. That's great. If you still look good, that's amazing. That's worth it.
Yeah,
but like,
you mean like
one time I judge people for having kids,
Cardi
if people
B.
have kids judge you for like climate shit, because I'm like, that's the ultimate. Like if people talk about like climate change and shit, and the one thing we need to stop doing is like having kids. Like if you're a climate scientist, they're always like, maybe you shouldn't have the kid and just adopt or whatever.
Yeah.
Which you don't tell people what to do. They want to have a family.
There's a finite amount of resources,
and you're putting a lot more carbon in the air.
I do always think it's funny when people who have like 6 kids and then they start shitting on you about climate change, and I'm like, you just made 6 people that are going to absorb the fucking
resources that we have. The limited resources
you could live in a fucking hole somewhere, and those 6 people just offset everything you will personally do.
Exactly. That's when I get like, that's when I start judging. I'm like, if you're gonna judge people for that kind of shit,
and if you are a high road kind of motherfucker, and you're like, oh, I don't judge people who have kids. All right, sit on a fucking plane. Sit on a plane and have a couple or a person with a child sit right fucking next to you, and then tell me that you won't judge people with kids.
They shouldn't be allowed on planes. I 100%.
You should have to take a school bus.
I'm judging the kid in that moment. So
you're judging the kid.
I'm judging the kid because some kids are fucking.
Fuck you, little Johnny, son of a bitch.
Yes.
And other kids are little bastards who need to be thrown off the fucking plane whilst it's at the highest altitude.
I think we just had somebody try to do that.
What?
Good. Did they succeed?
No, they got him. They were. There was a dude like a couple weeks ago that was trying to open the emergency hatch on the plane.
Oh, actually.
Oh, I saw that. Yeah,
no. Did you see that? They took him down pretty quickly, thankfully. But yeah, I don't know what makes you do that. Probably
somebody was trying to give him the vaccine on the plane, and he was like, "No, I refuse."
One of my friends called me, and they were boarding a plane, and I could hear a baby screaming, and I was like, "I have to go."
Aborting a plane.
I don't want to hear.
Yeah, I don't even want to be.
Hang on? Can we go back again? There's a joke in there about you said aborting a plane.
Did I say aborting? I meant
you
boarding.
said aborting, and it sounded like aborting. But did you? There's a joke in there somewhere, and I'm not there yet. But
it's a good joke.
It's a Freudian slip. I
Wait.
It's a dead baby slip.
Driven many a friend to an abortion clinic. So
somebody sent me.
I'm like, yo, get me the fuck out of here. You didn't tell me about these two.
Somebody sent me a HuffPost tweet, and this is super off topic, but somebody sent me a HuffPost tweet that Trump said Hitler did a lot of good things.
Yes, I saw something about that.
Like,
and they were like, if
recently,
I don't know when this was. I literally just saw it tonight, and they were like, if I worked for somebody, no matter how great the job was, and my boss said, "quote Hitler did a lot of good things," I think I'd quit that job.
Absolutely.
Today. That's the first time I heard about it. I didn't know it was about Trump.
Wow. Yeah.
Right.
That's what.
No, I will look. Here's the argument. First off, the reason that he's saying that is obvious. That's not even a dog whistle. That's a bullhorn. But in general, you can clearly make the argument that good things come from war. There's no argument. You cannot argue against that unless you are speaking from pure emotion, because factually, the fucking internet. For fuck's sake.
Well, if you're talking about World War II, good things come
jets.
from eventual war. Because we didn't get into that war until like we were like, fine, we'll go to war today.
We'll go wrap this fucking thing up.
Fucking all right.
We'll come in.
If we have to.
If we must. Yeah. Oh, you blew up one? Oh, but it's like one of the islands. Like, was it out? But it's still, they know it's ours? All right. Let's do it. Fine.
They're like,
we don't want people to think we're weak.
If the wind is in the right direction, we'll send one.
Yeah. That's
so fucking true.
We'll inch it in.
I'm so bad. I feel bad for laughing at that. But it's true.
Well, it was a long time ago. It's fine. It's not too soon.
So hang on, and don't feel bad, because after that we decided the exact opposite. We're like, fuck it, let's start some wars ourselves now.
Yeah,
and not only that, but like, let's make up for the time we weren't in these other wars and drag these on ad nauseum. Like that's where the fuck we're at now. So. We went from should we to let's start some shit.
Dude, there was this fucking CIA agent dude doing he's an ex-CIA guy, and he was talking about like somebody was interviewing about like I don't know, safest place. Did you send me this, Santino? I feel like you send me a lot of weird shit. So sometimes I can't keep up with
weird shit or smart shit.
Weird shit. It's weird shit, Santino. Weird shit.
It could be both. It could be both.
The picture of my penis that one time doesn't count, Dane.
First of all, you want to talk about Santino's dick? Let me tell you something. All right. Santino's.
I love how it went from. Hold on. I love how it went from ex-CIA agent divulging secrets.
Wait. You've been a guest on our show, and you don't know how we went from ex-CIA agent to my penis size.
You're right.
Oh, the verbal gymnastics I'm capable of.
I saw that.
Dayne is an Olympic gymnast of the Segway.
I saw that her uncle died in a police crash.
Who?
Go ahead, Dayne. Go on. You were saying something about Santino's dick.
Santino's dick. Yeah. Majestic. It's like I don't. But look. I don't believe in an actual deity. But so I wouldn't know first.
He was surprised when he saw the heavens part.
But if I had to imagine what the voice of God sounded like, it would be akin to the majesty that is Santino's dick.
Wow.
Ooh, that's well. You know why that's accurate.
And you
allow me to explain to you. Allow me to explain to you why that's accurate.
I'll say it in Italian. Watch.
You got to say it with your hands. You got to, Thank you, sir. Thank you. I have two things. The reason that's accurate is one, because it's not true, just like the thing you're comparing it to, and two is because once you find that out, it'll let you down the way that those things will when you finally die. So it's accurate. It's not.
I love that.
However,
you know, be fucked up is
supremely satisfying.
It would be fucked up if Santino wasn't married and Dayne was just constantly setting single women up for like Santino up for failure. Just
no. Hold the fuck up, sir.
There's a lie.
Failure zone here.
Is this the failure-made monster?
That's the monster. Get it?
That was clever.
That's good.
That was good.
That's our show, everybody.
Thank you.
You know what's really funny? You know what's really funny that we bring that you bring that up, because we've never talked about the meaning of that name on our show.
Yeah, please do.
Not once.
Shit. Have we not?
No, and I threw it out to Dayne a while ago with a mix of other shit and stuff. And I know Dayne and I have kind of gotten on it a little bit, but we were talking about Hitler before. And to me, if you've ever had to pick the quintessential failure-made monster, Hitler is that guy. I've thought about this a bunch of times because it's the dude, like, and earlier you're the bit we were talking about, like how we kind of like lollygagged our way into World War II, made me think of Eddie Izzard, and Eddie Izzard has great skit on Hitler. How he was a vegetarian painter. He's like, fuck, I can't get the tree right. I will kill every Jew in the world, you know? And he's just straight up like, if there was a dude who was the quintessential example of that, and never mind the people that are more current and relevant, like Trump's and, all those guys, these dudes who fail upwards into positions of power. And then not only just that too, but like the things that we end up becoming ourselves, the things we're willing to do and compromise as a result of the failures that have preceded the moment in which, like, hey, will you do this thing that you never would have done before because you've been trying this other thing and it's not fucking working for 15 years of that, or however long. I may not be speaking personally, but
full disclosure, I did not know. I did not know that.
We never talked about it.
So no, like, yeah, he's like, it
sounds cool, man.
No, that makes a lot of sense. Like, I was like, shit, but when I heard it, I thought it was like, failure made us monsters. Like, now we're
no, that's true though.
It's all of those. I love that, man.
The sickest part, if Dayne would have read the rest of that clickbait article about Trump, he was saying that Hitler did some great things, like inspiring failure-made monster's name. You didn't read the whole thing. You got to read it all.
No, don't give BuzzFeed any more ideas.
Skimming gets me in trouble again.
Is it me or like the actual?
That's a great way. That's a great meaning for the name, though. I would have liked to have heard what Dayne thought it was, though.
No.
Yeah, I fucked that up.
Swear what I thought it was when he first said it to me. Like, I just broke it down in my head. Like, oh yeah, failure. Like, it made us like harder. It made us like we're monsters at what we do now. Like, because we failed so many times. Like,
no. Like, So that's it was okay. It was both, because the only difference being is that we're doing something that doesn't make us genocidal psychopaths, and then we just do a podcast.
I mean, maybe
the scale is a little different.
I feel like if we all had money, we might be. but none of us do.
Yo.
So
if I had Hitler money, I don't know.
He's like, I don't know.
Motherfuckers might get wiped out. I don't know, bro. Shit.
Especially Dame with blonde locks and blue contacts.
Especially after like 2-3 hours in fucking LA traffic. Yo, if I had Hitler money, I'd be like, nah, fuck that. None of y'all can drive.
PCH right now.
Any of y'all get in a fucking car, I'm taking your kids. What's up?
My God.
Stop it. Don't ever do it again. Anyway,
if you drive anything that doesn't hold at least 4 people, you die.
This episode is going to be called "If I Had Hitler Money" because that's the first time anybody's ever said that.
Yeah,
That's
fucked up.
Let me tell you right now, if I had Hitler money,
yo, what?
That's so.
You got white people money? Nigga, I got Hitler money. Get the fuck out of here. A jet. I don't need a fucking jet. I could buy an army, bro. Get the fuck off me. Let's go. Anyway,
that's interesting. I wonder what Hitler was worth when he died.
That's a good question.
Well, he had all that art. He had all that art and all that gold and all that fucking everything.
No, he was rich as shit.
Resources.
The way Putin's rich, we probably don't really know.
Oh, Putin.
Yeah,
Putin's I think Putin's supposed to be the richest man on the planet, but we don't know.
Planet, yeah.
Right.
He doesn't file anything.
Although now Bezos and them where they're getting, because I mean this when I heard this, the richest man in the world was worth under $100 billion. I mean, which is insane.
Right.
You think that like if it was less though, that Putin would have a problem with him getting up that high, right? Like, he didn't even break a sweat. He's like,
no, I heard I think an estimated like somebody just based on what we loosely know about Putin it was like 200-300 billion or something.
And he can't even afford a shirt when he's riding a horse. Come on,
guy.
No, that's
priorities, bud.
That's the thing. That's the thing is when you're trying to convey a certain image, you can't afford to wear a shirt.
I mean, wait a minute. That can't be right. 200-300 billion.
No,
that's fucking
that's
stupid.
some crazy estimate I saw.
You could buy you're buying countries at that point. Like you're literally just
he owns a country.
What is that?
Yeah,
there, take that shit.
Every person who literally tries to take power from Putin ends up dead or in the or in prison.
In the
gulag. But so do the Clintons.
Yeah, I was gonna say that, but I was I felt too much like a war zone reference.
Did you feel a little fear? Did you feel a little fear run through you? You thought of Anthony Bourdain, and you were like,
hold it, real quick. If Pussy Riot did what they did, I could not. I'll say whatever the fuck I want about it. I don't even live there. Those chicks are legend.
Yeah, that's true.
Like at the bare minimum here, from the comfort of the United States of America, I'll say whatever the fuck.
I don't give a fuck about Putin.
Those girls said
I got Hitler money. No.
Yo, real quick, just remember that Hitler lost in Russia because of the cold.
This is true. This is true.
We don't need to get into a history lesson of World War.
You know what? When I redo the intro to this show,
but I learned World War II in high school.
When I redo the intro to this show, I'm taking that clip from Dayne. That's what's gonna end it. It's gonna be Dayne saying that, and then that old man at the end.
So I just looked it up. Putin's net worth is possibly $200 billion.
Here we go.
And that was that was in 2018.
Wait, leave this out. So Mariah T said Hitler in 1934, 1 year after becoming chancellor, the tax office of Munich sent Hitler a fine of $477,955 for failing to declare his income or file tax returns.
Wipe his ass with it money.
Wait. But also that's like, is that now money or is that then money? You know what I mean?
That's
like
then money. So what
is
adjusted
for
worth now?
So adjusted for inflation, something like fucking
That's $1 trillion.
Million. That's like a few million dollars. It's like a few $1 million easily. That's like $4 or $5 million.
Tom left up. It was like
it's not that much.
Maybe 4, maybe 3, maybe 3 or 4, maybe 3 or 4. I feel like 3. You double that.
Are we that high? Inflation from the 40s?
From the 40s? Gotta be.
You can see a movie for a nickel.
Dollar to dollar?
It's got to be.
You could just fucking
think about it. You could see a movie for a nickel.
Million.
It now costs $20 to see a movie.
There's a whole host of differences. I'm just talking dollar to dollar.
I don't know.
Like, and also, was it $477,000 or what is it, francs?
Let's see.
Francs. Yep.
Francs.
I don't know.
So
Frank Sinatra.
There's 3.72% inflation rate means $100 in 1940 is equivalent to $1,922 in today money. So
Oh,
it's euros now. I'm an idiot because it's the European Union. My wife, who is European, clarified that. Thank you.
Hello, puppet.
I
heard her saying something in the background. I was like, is she here?
She goes, francs don't exist anymore. But I was saying it because that's what they were then.
Euros.
But yes, it is euros now. So the conversion wouldn't obviously be.
So if 100,
there's a whole host of math to be done here.
For every $100, it's somewhere close to, let's call it 2,000 to round up, $2,000. So, and even if it's not euros, it's probably close to what the fuck a dollar was. So I would say 20 times the fucking money.
Wow.
So whatever the fuck that is, way more.
10 million about.
Yeah, there. That sounds
19 and change.
That sounds right. That sounds right to my brain.
That sounds right to my brain. If that's the case, we know it's wrong now, and we need to change our answer.
Facts.
That's it.
My math is right.
The question now at the end of this is: do you still want Hitler money?
Yes.
Fuck yeah.
I don't want to be Hitler.
No one's saying I want to be Hitler.
That's the curse that the money comes with.
John's like
if I, because he had like
Hitler
warehouses full of gold and salt and shit. Like he had real shit. Like
they did. Well, he stole. I mean, he took everything from every fucking country invaded. Yeah.
I'm pretty sure Putin has a similar stash of gold and oil and
every
such.
time we say Putin's name, I think it's like a Disney character dog. Like
every time I say Putin's name, my butthole puckers a little.
Wow.
See, every time I say Putin's name, it reminds me of poutine, which is a delicious like French fry and cheese dish.
I feel like if we say Putin's name enough, this fucking podcast is gonna start popping up in the wrong place.
If you say Putin enough, he's gonna appear in the mirror like the fucking Candyman, like shirtless on horse.
Snowden just slides into frame, like, cut it,
stop.
They're watching you.
Take him to the back. Like what?
I got a question for you, John. What is your? Because I've thought about this a bunch, and mine is mixed, but I lean towards a positive opinion. What is your opinion of Snowden?
Of Snowden, I think he's a fucking hero. I love that dude. I think it's a fucking shame that he has to chill out and no pun intended in Russia through like
pun slightly intended.
Yeah, pun slightly intended. Let's be honest. But yeah, it's a fucking bummer that he has to like hide out. I don't know. Somebody's got to pardon him. I don't understand why there's not a petition to pardon that dude because I think he fucking saved our asses, but to an extent.
I agree.
Did you see his most recent tweet responding to Zuckerberg?
Was it help me?
Zuckerberg was like, fuck it, right? Zuckerberg tweeted this whole video of him doing the little surfy board thing with a big American flag.
Shit. And disgracing the name of John Denver.
He is data.
First of all, what kind of a fucking moron, by the way, does Country Road Take Me Home on a surfboard and an ocean with no land or country in sight?
Yeah.
Country Roads Take Me Home, West Virginia. He's on the ocean. If you're going to go with a John Denver song, you play fucking Calypso and you pay respect to Jacques Cousteau, you fucking piece of shit.
Let's just acknowledge the fact that Zuckerberg is maybe the most socially inept human being under a magnifying glass in the history of recorded media.
Definitely.
Well, we had Ed Asner on yesterday confirming aliens and at Monmouth Battlefield. Fort Monmouth. He saw aliens in Fort Monmouth when he was stationed there.
Uh-huh.
I should have asked him if Zuckerberg, Ed Asner.
Really?
Yeah, he said it last night. I think Zuckerberg is also an alien. Should have asked Ed.
I would not be surprised.
Wait,
you don't think so?
No.
I think he's just a weirdo.
He's at the very least, Zuckerberg is a container for an alien.
You know why he's not? You know why he's not? You know why he's not? Because he's not even the guy who came up with the idea that made him Zuckerberg.
No, he stole that
that's
shit.
That's a good point.
Yeah,
he stole it from the Winklevoss twins.
Yeah. By the way, small aside, but and this is a true story. When I used to live in Little Italy in New York City, and I always knew about Equinox, the gym chain. Yeah, it's for rich. It's for rich people for sure. Yeah, and I had never
don't fucking lift.
Yeah, correct. And I didn't want to go.
Smoothie?
Yeah, I didn't. So my a buddy of mine was like, "Hey, come, if you want, I have a pass." And I had never been. I've known about them. I'm like, "Let me see what the fuck what's the hubbub about?" Because I trained at like when I was lifting heavy too. Like the gym, if it didn't smell a certain way, I didn't fuck with it. If I walk in and it smell like a pool, it ain't a gym. It needs to smell like a gym. Like I need to smell the fucking sweat in the room when I walk into a gym. And if your dumbbells don't go beyond 50, we have a fuck. Yeah, if your dumbbells don't go beyond 50, I don't fuck with you. So anyway, I was like, fuck, let's check there you go. Because like a lot of the spots in New York were kind of a little like, so I went to like a New York sports club or whatever normally. But I went into this spot and I think I was with my buddy Peter and I trained everyone. Dude, I'm just because I had my like tattoos out and shit, people were staring at it. It was weird. I had never felt weird in New York City except for when I was in this fucking gym and maybe one or two like fancy parties or some shit in the years I lived there. And in a gym, you don't expect to feel like that. Anyway, I'm there, and I go downstairs, and we're checking out of the place, and then they're trying to, pitch me on the whole fucking thing. And I'm joking with my buddy. He's like, "Yo, you want to grab a drink or a smoothie at the bar?" And I'm like, "When in Rome, fucking grab something." We're standing there.
Wait, let me ask you this real quick. Did you need Hitler money to pay for a smoothie there?
I needed any money. I was broke. I lived in New York.
That's the theme.
Hold on. So I went in. I grabbed a drink, and we're sitting there waiting for it. And this dude walks by, who's 7 foot something.
Right.
This big motherfucker walks by, and I had just recently seen something. I think it might have been a social network or some shit. I saw something. I'm looking at my buddy. I think I was with Peter at the time, and I go, "Dude, that looks like that motherfucker looks just like one of the Winklevoss twins." It was one of the motherfuckers. You know when you point to someone and you go, "Hey, that looks like so and so."
Yeah.
And you say it out loud next to the motherfucker, and he looks. He's like, "No, that is that exact guy." And I'm like, "He's a giant." How the fuck did Mark Zuckerberg do anything to make you angry?
Like, wow, make two of you angry.
Like a fucking golf bag.
Yeah. But how tall? But how tall are they?
Tall as shit. And Google it.
How tall are the Winklevoss twins?
Oh,
Siri's got to fucking know.
Twins.
6'5".
Listen to me. Listen to me. When I'm 6'1", I'm 6'1". If I do this, you're tall.
Yeah, 6'5" tall. No,
my head goes up 2 inches. You tall.
Yeah.
So wait, Tom,
my old bass player was 6'7". He's a
Jordan was 6'6". Jordan was 6'6".
Big motherfucker.
Yeah,
that's why he could jump like that. The 6'6" sounds big until you're next to Shaq.
I grew up. My good friend of one of our neighbors, this dude Les, nicest human being I think I've met since I was a child. 7'1". Wow, 7'1" giant, and he chose of all professions on the planet of Earth to work on fucking cars.
I mean,
figure that not only that, but German cars, like the little fucking, little compatible ones.
Oh my god!
Yeah, always picturing his ass like in the fucking I guess it's because you could lay on your back and do the job still, right? Like your entire torso sticking out the whole fucking car. Yeah.
See, that's the thing. Whenever I'm around like super tall people, if it's just me and them, I just look like they're like Harry's son. Like I'm cosplaying as a girl. Yeah. Like that's adorable that you let him do that.
It's fun, height is a weird thing. It's like you ever see the picture of The Rock next to like Yao Ming?
Yeah. Yes. Yeah. Or Kevin Hart
next to The Rock.
Yeah. Kevin Hart next to The Rock. The Rock next to Yao Ming, and it's just
but you know what's funny though? If you look at Tom Cruise next to anybody, it doesn't matter what height they are. They make him the same height.
Correct. Yeah. Or the host of Dystopia Tonight next to the host of Failure Made Monsters. It's like
I've never even seen.
There is a picture of us online. Doesn't Emily have one of us?
Probably.
Now
from that night.
If there's not, and that was actually for Angie's thing, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was for Angie's thing. Yeah, that we had a good time.
Yeah,
I mean,
obviously
we went out afterwards.
Considering the circumstances,
but it was a good time.
That sounded a little bit sus. I was gonna say, you know what? I actually now want to go to fucking Equinox just to fucking flex right quick and just see.
Do it.
I've never been.
Not supposed to.
You're just gonna walk in there and gonna think you're one of the trainers.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. Right. Yo, but it's like Planet Fitness though, where you if you do shit that normal people do at gyms, it's poo-pooed.
So did they look at you weird or whatever?
I don't know, like when I was in the one in Soho.
Oh, you can't because you can't drop weight. You can't. Yeah, all that
sometimes
kind of shit.
they'll tell yo, listen to me. If anybody, because I used to go, I went to a Planet Fitness briefly when I went back on to shoot Bully. It was the gym nearest, and one of our crew worked there, and he's like, yeah, just show up and whatever. Nice. Not once did
what's Bully? What's Bully? I don't know what's.
We're gonna get it. You should ask.
I was gonna get it. I was gonna ask you about that.
You want to do it now or you want to wait?
No, do it whenever you're comfortable doing it.
So I directed a feature film called Bully. It's a coming-of-age comedy starring Danny Trejo, Ron Canada, and Tucker Albrisi as our lead. It's a heartwarming story with a very adult written script because that's how kids talk. So go and check it out. It's available on Amazon Prime right now. It also won a few awards, including the Industry Choice Award of Dances with Films at the Chinese Theater in Hollywood, where we had our premiere. So suck it, everybody else who thought this was a bad idea. But yeah, if you have a problem with strong language, do not watch it.
And this is from your experience based on and in.
Say who? What?
This is from your experience based on and in.
Oh well, all right. So it was shot in New Jersey. Shot in New Jersey. My father wrote it. I brushed in a few little things as a director and producer. My father wrote and executive produced, and I was, both of us generations apart had been bullied when we were younger. Pretty bad. I was very heavy.
Oh shit. What? I just got the scene where he's like, his dad's leaving and he has that quick aside with his son or whatever. That's
how to defend himself. That whole bit of dialogue is stuff my pop said to me many times. So as a result of that, I've taken all types of, like, I took martial arts for years, taekwondo, boxing, all types of shit. When I was younger, I mean, for years and years and years and stuff. I even got a couple medals in a few of them. Like I did all right. But no, like,
brag.
I did all right. Like, if you step to me, I know how to throw hands, but I prefer not to because I'm an artist.
I mean, I ain't got Hitler money yet, but
I ain't got Hitler money yet, but I will fuck you up like Hitler. No,
wait, can I just say something right now? Because I'm always editing the podcast as I'm watching it too. So I'm like, this is beautiful. He's talking about Bully, him and his father. I have to now edit out Hitler money out of this segment. You fucking. This is beautiful. This is beauty. He's getting into it.
John. Let me explain something to you. Failure Made Monsters is live and uncut, sir.
That's true.
Much like we had a long conversation about who was uncut on our show that went on for about 40 fucking minutes.
I remember that.
I got so much shit for that.
First of all, that was I loved that I just grabbed those clips and threw them up there because there's no reason for it. Was so great. Anyway, go ahead.
So good. No. Anyway, so
but I love that it's about that you and your dad actually collaborate. That's the part I really like about it too, because
the topic was one thing, and obviously it was an important part of why the narrative connected to either of us, and it wasn't inspired entirely by that. My pops actually, he used to go to this boxing gym because that's how I got into it, was his love of boxing, because I was always more into, like, specifically martial arts and shit, like, you know, fuck Power Rangers and Ninja Turtles and shit when I was younger, like that.
Oh yeah.
And anime too, like, fucking forget about it.
I fucking loved the Power Rangers.
Oh dude, I think I got to meet Jason David Frank once, like, years.
Is that
ago.
the Green Ranger? Wait, no, is that the Green? That's the Green Ranger.
Yeah,
right?
Tommy. Yeah.
How did I know that?
That was quick, Dane.
So
anywho, he wrote the whole thing. He actually saw this kid. He was going to this boxing gym. He saw this kid, from a third party. Like, if you go to the gym for months and you see a kid walk in, and then like 3 months later you see his progress. He shows in not knowing what the fuck's going on, all that kind of thing, and then by the end of it, he like really like kind of, you're taking, this is taking, like, what I'm saying, like you're catching on to it. So he watched that process happen, and that was the main inspiration for Bully, on top of our shared life experiences and personal life experiences and all that. But the big thing for me doing the movie, because I had a million fucking years did not think I was getting up directing a feature film, never mind with like Danny Trejo and Ron Canada and Tucker and all these guys, like, in a million fucking years. I had never even done a short film before this. I had done music videos. That was it. I had done a bunch of music videos, and not even a bunch. And when for me, like, I'd done my own shit, and as a result of being around this process, I learned enough. Like, I'm a sponge when it comes to shit. Like, if I give a fuck about something, I will learn the crap out of it. But
I've noticed that.
Yeah,
I've noticed that.
Apparently, that's like a huge thing, like neurodivergence and ADHD. My wife taught me about all this shit because it's like a big thing on TikTok. Like, I am apparently super neurodivergent and have ADHD and stuff, which I was actually diagnosed with when I was a child, but we ignored it. And then I never thought about it again. So they tried to give me Ritalin when I was like in kindergarten. And my mom was like, I'm not drugging my son.
They tried to give every kid Ritalin.
Straight the fuck up. So they did it. And and I'm glad. Like, I'm glad she didn't just drug her child and be like, okay. Yeah. You know, ironically enough, that same mentality probably applies to people who are like anti-vax and shit. Like, it kind of does. It kind of does. It kind of does. And I kind of get it. But anyway, so we got into the whole thing, and I decided to do it, and it was literally there's a moment on set. I don't mean to go off on a tangent. There was a moment on set. Ron Canada, of all the people we worked with, and I've told this story on ours before, but of all the people I've worked with, I swear to fucking God, I don't get intimidated often. But Ron, who plays the older wise man who finds our lead and stuff and brings in Danny Trejo, the boxer. I love that guy. Ron is amazing. I actually became friendly with him after the fact. Like, my pops.
What was the big thing? What was the other thing he was in that he's?
It's been in a bunch of stuff, but he's been in a bunch of stuff. But he was the judge in Ted 2. If you've seen it. He's been he's been in so much shit. He's one of the admirals in what's Seth MacFarlane's fucking the Orville. That's right. He did. Ron's one of those dudes who's been in everything. Yeah, and then you go to look at this, you go look through it, and you're like, oh shit, like I've seen you in this. Like, he was in old Star Trek in full makeup. Like, literally, he's got such a wild thing. And then he's like classic trained. He's been on Broadway. He's done the whole fucking thing. Like, he's the fucking, like, when we want to say he was the old seasoned wise actor who just had this thing. He's very well spoken, very articulate. He's got this presence about him. And I didn't give a fuck about Danny's a nice guy. I didn't give a shit. Like, I didn't care. Jackie, all these fucking guys did not care. But I wanted Ron to like me because I knew Ron would be the first guy to call out my bullshit if I wasn't good. Yeah. Like, I would upset him and I'd be able to visibly read it on his face if I did. And within the first day or two, people were asking him what film school I went to. And I had to swear to God, and I had to tell him, I was like, YouTube. Fucking
you know it.
Yep. He was dead. He was impressed. And then we ended up becoming friends after the fact and shit. Like, I had drinks with him and stuff, like by myself in Harlem, went up there. He lives in the city. And we just, awesome. Dude, he was fucking awesome. My dad produced a play with him after the fact.
Wow.
He came out to some of the film festivals. Ron is one of the coolest dudes. He met my wife out here when we came out. He came out for like something. He was shooting Orville, actually, before the show even came out.
Oh, wow. Okay,
and cool. He came out with one of the other actors and stuff. And we were just chilling. Like, Ron is one of the coolest dudes. But anyway, I remember that was within the first few days. And even though I came into the project, like, what the fuck am I doing? Right. After Ron said that, because that was like day 2 and we're on the set. Danny's days were the first 4 days. Like, one day without him, Ron was the first guy. And then we were on set, in all the boxing gym shit was shot in like 2-3 fucking days or whatever over the course of a weekend. In the hottest week of summer with no air conditioning, all my gear breaking, whole fucking thing. But Ron saying that got me through the rest of the shoot.
Wow.
It made me go, okay, all right, I can do this. Because like when I'm on stage doing the music shit, that took me years to get to the point of being like, yeah, I'll fuck this stage up.
So but what was the casting like then? Did you already have these dudes in mind?
No, weird. Danny was one of the only dudes we kind of had in mind. He wasn't that character had a different name and casting idea entirely. But Scott Hansen, one of our producers, executive producers, the one I shot the music video with Ange and all with.
Oh yeah.
So Scott had done a couple of videos with Danny before. He shot the what the fuck's that band? Maylene and the Sons of Disaster. They did a short film music video thing. And Danny was in it. And I had told my pops about it. He goes, could he get Danny? And I was like, well, we know their manager. So we sent the script over and a Hail Mary pass. And I swear, this is not a joke. Bully was canceled.
Yeah.
Bully got canceled.
I didn't know that.
Bully got fucking more than once. But Bully, because my dad was in and out. Both of us, like I have this weird thing about me where I have way more confidence than I ever should going into things. You know,
stop it.
I just do, but I do it. I do it anyway, and I figure it out as we go because I always know that the opportunity is the thing, right? I'll figure the rest out. Just someone
get you in the door.
Fucking door. Show me the door so I can kick the fucking thing enough. You know,
right?
Yeah.
So anyway, that came out. The movie got canceled. We were like, if Danny doesn't sign on, we're like, fuck it, because like that we need a draw, right? We need a name, some name or something. And things kept coming in and out. There's a whole mess of shit I won't get into here because that's a whole episode. But he canceled it. He pulled the plug, and then like a day or two after he pulled the plug, and this is weeks of waiting. a day or two after, their manager got back and said he'd do it. And started talking rates. And then I swear, when that happened, I went from I might make a movie somehow to 3 months later. We cast, crew, locations, the whole thing. I'm on set. And it was and I was showing up on set, and we shot at our old high school.
Yep, that's what I was going to say too. We shot at East.
I actually graduated from the high school that we shot at. That's High School East in Toms River.
So was it like just not during school?
Yeah, we shot during the summer, so we got in before.
Could you imagine we did shoot during school? Like
we're gonna be there all night.
We couldn't. We took the fucking thing over, and it was weird too because going in that had been the first time I had been back since I went there. Mm-hmm. So I'm on top of
dope,
dude. On top of having these on top of this whole experience of filming a feature with all these people, and that was the first time I met Vincent too. Because he showed up. He only shot there in the cigar bar. The first time I met him when it was there during this whole fucking thing. And my science teacher, my biology teacher, Mr. Thomas, is the principal there now.
Yeah,
you know Mr. Thomas. So
I do love Mr. Nicest dude. Yeah,
awesome guy. And it was all these things fell into place, and we made it happen. But we had actually, and the only. God, I feel like I'm taking up way too much air here.
No, dude, that's great.
I know. So fucking we had actually the reason all of this, the thing that gave us the confidence to pull the trigger on this or to even reach out to Danny is a year prior to that, we shot a fake trailer for Bully, which nobody has seen. We put it out briefly.
See, I didn't even know that.
Yeah, no. So we made a trailer. We released it to like friends. We put it out briefly, and then I pulled it off once we realized, okay, we can do this. Right. We shot an actual trailer, completely different cast, all these different people. One of the bullies. If you guys have seen the movie, the kid, Eddie, he's got dark hair, kind of tan, good looking kid. He walks up to Jimmy at the party on the deck. Mm-hmm. Remember that kid? Originally in the trailer, he was the main bully, and then Bobby is the only character.
Wait. Not the Italian kid that's all quiet and he's like, "Hey, I got you." Not that guy, right?
No. That's no, different kid. By the way, he's like fucking our age, which is amazing.
What?
Really? Yeah, he's an older dude, and he knew Vincent already too. He'd been in a play with him. It was a whole thing. Wow. So I could go. Like I said, this could be an episode.
He really does look 17, 18 years old.
Joe, we make up the shit out of him, but we had to make sure he was fresh shaved the whole thing because he's he was straight Italian. Like the beard comes in after like
right. Cool.
But so fucking, and that's Peter Evangelista, I think his last name. But another great dude. But anyway, so we did the pitch trailer and we actually shot it at South. So we had a contact for the Toms River School District, and that was because of that we had this in, and I was like, I want to do it at East. Can you put me in touch, whatever? And then I found out Mr. Thomas was the fucking principal, and I was like, oh, dude, fuck, I know the guy. Like, this is great. Like, just it all kind of fell in. The only things as far as location didn't, and shout to Gleason's in Long Branch, the boxing gym we used. That was an amazing experience. Cool. Gleason's a very famous gym in New York City where every fucking movie ever shot, and the only chain location is the one in Long Branch. The only one. Yeah, and Jackie runs that, man. Amazing people, amazing place. They have anti-bullying programs, the whole thing. Like an amazing people there. Not like for a picture was not ideal, but because of the people there and everything, like we were like, fuck it, we're using this spot. Yeah. But anyway, we did we went to the school district, talked to Mr. Thomas, got the spot, and I was like, I have to, because there's a bunch of high schools and shit in schools in the area and stuff. Yeah. And I was like, I know the school, like, I know all the spaces. I can picture the whole fucking thing, like trying to do something, like give me, because we shot, 15 days, and I think a week of it was at that school. Wow. So I was already like, I need it. I already know it. I need it. Like, Don't throw any more hurdles in here. Tell me to shoot in like a foreign location that big,
Whose house was the party at?
My sister.
I just want to know.
Down at my sister's place, and that's another thing too. We tried to get a shit ton of extras, and like fucking, we were all like, that was a problem at the school too. I had no extras. We had like there are scenes, full scenes. I had to reframe where they are facing the lockers entirely because we had like there are dude, you know how big High School East is. You go thousands of kids, right? Like it's massive.
Our graduating class is fucking huge.
Massive, right? So like at any given point, like there are some scenes where we're shooting and I'm facing dead on the lockers in a 2-shot because I have, including my crew, 20 some odd people in the whole fucking building.
Wow.
And I had to throw so you'll see two guys and you'll hear the bell go off first so that you get the illusion that everyone's in their classrooms. That's why the noise isn't there, and they're in between classes. Little artistic license, because why the fuck are these two kids not in class after the bell? Right. But you don't think about it in context, so we throw a little sound thing there, and you see like one or two people cross camera for that little bit of there's still humans in the room. But dude, ghost. You know,
I do want to say something. I hate knowing that because, like, I went back recently. I went back and I started watching shit that I haven't seen since I was a kid. Like earlier today, I was watching Benny and June, and I'm sitting there like, and you know the scene when he's like swinging past the window or whatever.
Yeah.
I'm like looking at it and I'm like, you know what? Those clouds look a little too good. I bet that's just the sky backdrop that he's just swinging back and forth. I was like, why the fuck do I know that? God damn it!
I'll tell you right now. After having up to the point of making one, when I knew I was going to make a movie, and then after the fact, I've never watched movies the same.
Yeah, man.
It's a weird thing. It's like being a musician. You hear, unless something moves you in a certain way, but I'll never watch something without thinking like, that's a cool shot, or how did they do that? Like it'll pop in. You know what I mean?
You always have to you almost have to turn that part of your brain on. Same way with watching like stand-ups. Like if I watch a stand-up, sometimes I don't catch it and I'm like I'm just like, oh, I know what he's doing now. This is a trick. They're doing this kind of thing, and I can see how it's working.
Don't tell me because I don't know that shit. And I don't want to know.
It's knowing how the sausage is made, right?
Yeah.
This extra thing.
So basically what you want to do is you want to cup the balls, right? First of all. And then you pull the brazool.
Hang on, but I will say it's not necessarily a bad thing. It's just a different thing because now I have a greater appreciation for when something is done exceptionally well. Like I watched. Did you see Mank yet? Have you seen that?
Mank was so good.
I just watched it last night for the first time.
What was it?
It was good. We saw it when it came. My friends and I watched it.
There's a film called Mank. David Fincher did it. Who's David fucking Fincher? If you don't know who David Fincher is, he did Fight Club and shit. Like So
how do you spell it?
Very old. Mank. It's a Netflix movie.
Oh really?
The whole thing's done.
Look at this fucking
black and white.
This piece of shit
reminds me of watching the moon landing. Stop.
Don't get us started.
Don't even. But no. So watching that, there's a shot. There's a fucking shot. I have not stopped thinking about it. And had I never made a film or never thought about cameras and lenses or any of this shit, it probably wouldn't have jumped out to me. I have not stopped thinking since last night how they did this one shot. There's this close up. There's an actor who plays Orson Welles in it. And for those of you who don't know, the film itself is about the writer Mankiewicz, who wrote Citizen Kane, and it was the process of going through that with flashbacks of how he got to where he was when he was in the mindset to write it.
Is it a film or is it documentary?
No, it's a film. It's an actual film by David Fincher, and it's a full-on, cinematic feature type stuff, but it's done in black and white, and it's shot in the era's style, which is in widescreen though, not letterbox. But it really, really fucking. There's this one shot when one of the first times you see Orson Welles. I think it's Mank is sitting in and this is not giving anything away. He's in a hospital bed for this short flashback scene, and they do this quick up sweep into one shot close of super tight of fucking Orson, and I'm looking at him like, why of all the things happening can I not stop thinking about this one fucking shot? And how did they get that? And why was it so fucking perfect? It was such a good shot. It's just nothing's happening. It's a guy's face. It's a close up.
I didn't even think I'm gonna notice it. I mean, now that you said it, I'm gonna try to when I watch them and try to find it, but I probably won't.
Here's the thing: they don't do that often now, unless it's the thing. If you do it now in film, it feels kind of corny. But because of the black and white old school thing, it has this dramatic of intent. And it works in this setting because exactly that's why they were doing it. It's Orson Welles, old dramatic is the thing. And your watch is just so fucking good. It was
like a throwback.
Thing. Yeah, but it was just executed so perfectly. It's like, dude, it's 1 second in the film. And I can't stop thinking about it. And I never made a movie and never would have crossed my mind.
Yeah.
Why?
It's crazy, man.
Why was this thing so awesome? You know what I mean? And there's other shots you see like that. I watched If you ever get a chance, if you like making film or give a half a shit about any of it, there's the Hollywood Reporter does the roundtables and close-ups.
Oh, yeah.
I'm obsessed with
them
all
because you suggested.
They're so fucking good.
Some of them are really fucking good.
Yeah.
Amazing.
My favorite is when there's like there's like 6 of them are amazing actors, and then one of them is like Sandler, who is a good actor.
Yes,
but it always like they do
and
like
they
one
know,
dramatic
and they know.
movie.
Yeah,
and they're just like, fuck.
It's incredible. You get to see not only do you get to hear the stories of how these different projects were made or how they came to be or the backstory of this person, but then you get to see the interactions of other people whose work you admire reacting to that story and then their input on it and shit. Yeah. And they were talking about God, I'm so totally soaking up all of
No. I was gonna say, but it is kind of funny because it's weird because the people that you don't think appreciate other people's films because you think they're
like
too...
Ben Affleck. Did you see the one? Oh my God, he was just
exactly what I was thinking of.
The praise he was throwing on. He was in with John David Washington in the more recent one, and it was like, oh my God, I love that you said that. Like I love that you made because you know how much John David Washington appreciated it.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. And as an artist, you want to hear shit like that from people that you put on a certain level.
The same concept, but a different medium. Did you see the little like back and forth kind of Q&A that Pharrell had with Dave Grohl?
Yes.
No, I didn't.
Up in the studio. You need to fucking watch it. It's amazing.
I need to watch that.
I guess
love
Pharrell,
both of them, especially Dave Grohl.
I'm gonna paraphrase a little bit.
Who John's met?
But
yes,
really?
I
remember the picture.
Fucking so Pharrell's like you're just such an amazing drummer, and Dave Grohl's like, dude, I wish you would stop fucking saying I'm an amazing drummer. He's like, everything that I fucking did back in Nirvana days was fucking simple. He's like, if you listen, all those drum patterns that I was getting, he's like, go back and listen to the Gap Band. He's like, all of those like 1-2s were the Gap Band. He's like, shit, it was just, and it's just like, it's like, even I guess sometimes even when you are part of that, whatever, you know how the sausage is made. Sometimes it's like you said, if it's that good, you just kind of don't.
But hang on, but real quick, sometimes, and I truly believe this, and I have to because I do this all the time. I borrow and take things that work for the artists that came before me. Everyone does. So to be able to think of all the fucking genres and bands and stuff to pull from for a song with Kurt fucking Cobain to go, hey, this is gonna work. Like that requires more than Dave. Dave Grohl is entirely too humble to ever say that himself. But to think like, hey, this is going to work with this requires its own level of artistic creativity and like a little bit of crazy.
Right.
It just does. Like we all fucking have. Like it's a really pretty awesome thing to do. And then you see that in so many genres across so many different mediums of people borrowing these things that just should not be married. And then you're like, oh, this is amazing. Like how
is the talent and skill to know when to apply those things.
If you want to know a real good example of that, watch Bohemian Rhapsody.
Oh yeah,
that was fucking. I
did not see
you
that.
need to watch.
You didn't see it?
I didn't. No, I wanted to watch it in the theater, and then it kept falling.
And I'm not going to give you shit.
And I love Rami.
I literally just saw it last night. It's on Hulu, by the way. I just saw it for the first time last night.
It's good,
and it is phenomenal. And it's just there's this really cool, quintessential little piece of that movie where that's exactly what he does. He just has this forethought, this wherewithal to be like, all right, this is what we're gonna do, and it makes no fucking sense, but it's gonna fucking work.
But it's gonna work,
right?
And it's Bohemian Rhapsody. The song itself has to be the
that's exactly
that was the thing because how long was that fucking song? And
6 minutes.
That doesn't happen on radio. Like and nowadays everything's become so formulaic the way it was back then. But everything's cyclical, right? So we're starting to see. If you're not a musician, you probably don't notice this, but there's been a massive shift in the way music is being created formula-wise now. And no one notices this, but the reason this exists is because short-form entertainment has become far more commonplace, like TikToks and stuff like that. So like Jarish Johnson, who I have been obsessed with lately, is this kid who he did that. I was like, damn, fucking.
Oh yeah.
So that kid, he did the TikTok song to that banjo sample that was huge because some other fucking famous TikTok girl was dancing to it, whatever. And he's got this cool vibe about him, and he ended up he parlayed that into a full fucking career. He's done a song with Kobe from Papa Roach. He did Chad Kroger. He did a shit with Ollie from Bring Me the Horizon, and he's done all these different things. But if you look at most of his songs,
Bring Me the Horizon, love them.
Dude, they're fucking awesome. I've been listening to them since they were like since before I knew what a melody was. But back in the back. But anyway, so fucking and that's and I got a quick aside. Bring Me the Horizon. You want to talk about guys who mixed things before anybody thought it was a good idea? They were doing like dance house remixes of screamo metal from the UK 10 fucking years ago.
Yeah. Shit.
And now they're doing like borderline pop mixed with metal and shit. Like those guys are awesome. There's great artists, undercredited for all of those things. Anyway. But you're seeing songs shrink.
Yeah.
Something you never saw. Songs are shrinking into like
minute and a half.
2
That's
minutes,
your
minute and a half. Yeah. Like you're one
the way they were.
Shoes and socks, right? Your new thing is short.
Yeah.
The new one whose title sounds suspiciously fucking familiar, Dane.
What? No, I did that.
This
that
motherfucker.
That was recorded so fucking long ago, though.
Was it recorded before ours?
And I think I mentioned it, and I was like, yeah, but fuck it, it's different. It's about something different. It doesn't.
No, it's totally different.
Is that the thing you just put out recently?
So he put out a song under Shoes and Socks called Bottom Line, and Dane and I, within the year, put out a song called The Bottom Line is the Bottom Line.
No, I know that one, but I just saw it. All right.
What the?
You know what? I remember because it was recorded way before that, and I was still like, when we did that song, I'm like, yeah, but I already got that. I'm like, whatever. By the time that comes out, it's not gonna fucking matter. It's not about the same shit. Who the fuck cares? And I think I mentioned it, but whatever. But yes,
no, it's all good. I'm gonna put out a song called Insane.
And here's why. By the way, my new video
it's a good job being insane
is out right now on YouTube. And if you can go and support it, because they don't fucking like it, because apparently it contains shocking content.
Well,
I was
gonna play it. I wanted to play it, but it did come up that there was like some kind of fucking shit on it. So I was like, what the fuck? I meant to ask you about that.
We had the same problem with Bunker Bitch, Little Baby Bunker Bitch.
I have no idea. There's and for the record, okay, so here it's one of two things. One, there's a girl in it and she's wearing a bikini, but she also has a skirt around the bottom part. So I'm like, I don't fucking. And then there's like liquor in it. Like,
wait, YouTube will ban you for that shit?
No. Bro.
No, I don't know. I don't know how you
didn't ban it. They didn't ban it. They just won't let me advertise it on the platform. So they're like whatever. Well, you can put it out. You can put it out. But fuck that. What? Hopefully you get just go support that.
Sometimes you'll catch the algorithm in the wrong way, or somebody reports something and they don't check it.
Yeah.
Like and you're fucked. Like I had I was literally talking to Dane about this before this. The Feeling Good video, the one we were talking about at the onset of the conversation before we went live.
Oh, right.
What I didn't mention in that conversation was that actually was the first and only music video I've had start to go viral. Like it just took off. I had 97,000 some odd views on it in like days.
Holy
fuck,
dude! Oh yeah, let's put the link in there.
Oh yeah, put the link in.
Yeah. So it's that's
Can you drop it in the chat, Dane?
Yeah, I can. Real quick, and I'll tell you that.
Sorry, but I would say they took it down. YouTube took it down and gave me no way to appeal.
Reason?
And zero. It was something about I was working with some like promoter, and I think he had people trying to like add engagement to the video because we saw what it was doing, and let's make sure that this is all like let's try to build build on this momentum. And like I guess this is like 2012, so like he was using I barely knew the dude, and he's like, I can help you with this. I see what's happening, blah blah blah. He goes, pay me this, and I'll do this. And I'm like, I've never had a viral video in my life. Like, all right, let's fucking go. And I guess some of the shit with the IPs were coming from like Russia or whatever. So YouTube flagged it, and they had no appeal, no nothing. They took it down. I had to re-upload it, and it's back at like 60 something, but it never caught the same wave the second time.
Damn, man.
Killed me.
Fucking sucks. That dude owes you. That's horseshit.
I'll never. Fuck, dude. I can't believe it's 10 years ago, however long, but it's like 10 years ago. Some shit. But yeah, it was. I'll just send my whole. Here's my whole.
Send the links. We'll run them.
I spent my whole fucking music videos.
How did you guys wind up meeting? That I actually don't even know.
That's a fun story.
Post pandemic or during the pandemic?
Way before.
Way before.
Yeah,
not post. I meant pre, but like
pre.
Yeah,
but we spent way more time with each other during on the camera,
yeah, for sure,
than we ever had beforehand. I mean, by like a gross amount. It's not even close.
And that's not even just considering the FaceTime.
But that's only because I rarely show up to shit. And I
Dane shows up in an Irish goodbyes all the time.
Yeah, like he'd invite me to stuff, and I'd pop in, and I'd be like, all right, I gotta jump out because I gotta go do it. But really, like, yeah, I get weird in out of situations. Anyway, but yeah, I get it. You know, like we did hang out a few times, and I did come to his home.
Yeah, he's like defending himself.
But before collaborate, like you guys just hung out as friends,
Actually, to piggyback off the bully thing earlier, I did me and Peter PJ9K did the whole soundtrack for the movie, right? And because the way it came out, like we were like, yo, let's start a band off of this shit, because like we did a bunch of like cool mashup rock, hip hop, dubstep, whatever the fuck, and we started a band very briefly called Rogue Star with our buddy Chef Derek Fox. And side
note. Sorry. I put it in the private chat because I can't put it in the main one. So go ahead. Sorry.
Got it. I got it.
So anyway, I it's called Feeling Good, by the way. I put the main, if you go on Twitch, or just go to YouTube and type in Santino the Misfit, it'll pop up. But anyway, yeah, so fucking we did a show as Rogue Stars, the only show we ever did. And we did this one-off show. It wasn't meant to be a one-off, just kind of what happened. And it was at Sayers Club, I think, right? Sayers Club in Hollywood. Yeah. And it was dope fucking venue. I don't know if it's there anymore. I think you said it wasn't, but
it's not. It closed like
during the pandemic, right?
Yeah.
So anyway, super fucking cool spot.
Yep.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Yeah. Dude, it was a really, really dope spot. But
I mean,
anyway,
it's still a location, so they might open it as something else.
I hope they do.
Right.
But anyway, so we did the gig, and I walked in. My wife was with me. I think we hadn't been together that long at the time, but we both walked in, and she hadn't. I don't even know if she had seen me on stage at that point. But I walked in, and Dayne was on stage. He had been. Nice. He opened the show, and first or second up, and I walked in, and he's going the fuck off. Now, if anyone in this, I know a couple of you in chat, like especially Mariah and all, I know she was in here earlier. She's seen me on stage a gazillion fucking times. She's an OG fan from back in the day. I'm a lunatic on stage. And I love that. I'm a little, I'm a goofball off stage. I'm a goofball on stage, but I prefer the energy. Like I jump off, I interact with the crowd, like I do the thing, and I go nuts, and I don't give a fuck if there's 5 people in a room or 5,000 people in a room. That's the energy you bring, because you want to make sure everybody in that room remembers you. That's the point.
Yes.
You're there to make sure. That's the point of a fucking show. Is two things. One is to satiate your soul as a creative, and 2 is to make sure every motherfucker who's watching you do that thing doesn't forget you doing it. It basically like if it's like, hey, I got to satiate myself. I'm going to go jerk off in public. You're going to remember it. It's like going to be epic. But anyway, so Dayne's doing this fucking thing, and I'm like, this dude, no one does that, by the way. A handful of guys, of I've been playing shows my whole life. I mean, since I was 13 years old. Dudes, motherfuckers are like, they try to put on these airs about what they think looks cool a lot.
Right.
And that's the performance you get often. And then you have guys who are they're just too maybe they're nervous, they're introverted, and they're just good at singing or whatever. There's a bunch of other things. There's these variations of people. And then and then you have the ironic combination of slightly insecure mixed with insane extrovert like Dayne and I. And we decided to take things way too far.
Description, by the way.
We do. We take like, hey, I feel uncomfortable in my own skin, so let me make sure that I am so insane what I'm doing here that you have one of 2 takeaways: is that was insane or that was awesome. There's no in between. That's it. You can't think it was bad, because your first thought would be like, that was fucking crazy.
Wonder if he sells those drugs or if he just
straight the fuck up. People offering me drugs, no shortage of them. But anyway, so I saw Dayne, and it's true. I saw Dayne. I told my wife, like, right fucking then, I was like, this motherfucker, like, I need to know who this guy is. And so I made a point that evening to befriend and speak to him, and then we just always kept in touch.
You got it.
That's awesome.
I'm gonna go.
I don't want to start.
He was hella dope about it because like he had all the scarves on his shit and the fancy little loafers and shit, and the motherfucker had his like his whole boots, shit like came up like hella cool with it. Like, hey, what's up, man? I just saw your thing. That was dope. I was like, who the fuck are you? What's up? And I'm lit at the, like I got drunk.
It's before he saw what I could do too.
Yeah.
And then I went up and blew his little mind.
Is that what they call it now?
Right? Yeah. Sound a little sus. Pause. You didn't blow nothing to mine, sir. No. No. No, but it was
Dane, I know how to make the film.
Oh wow.
What a good callback.
You know what? I don't know if anybody's seen that episode. What we need to do is go back into it. So what he's talking about with the film is
God. No, do we have to?
No, all right. Look,
the clip within this clip.
Yes, I'll stay on topic. I will say this: he was the coolest type of motherfucker. The way he came about, like
right,
just opening up dialogue and shit. And like I was like, I fuck with you two already, so we need to. And somehow we just kind of like fucked with each other and kept talking.
Yeah, because you guys are fucking great. Like even that show,
mutual friends by chance.
Yeah, like also that.
Right.
Some of my earliest close friends, just visiting LA before I even lived here, are some of his closest friends.
Yeah,
like Tony and all that.
Tony,
yeah, I didn't know that. Yeah,
nice.
Shock the Monster, Ashley Pagliuso, Vampirephilia, Felicia Asphyxia Noir. Everyone has a fucking nickname.
Everyone has a
friend
here.
We all have a stage name.
That's
literally
great.
all of us do. It's an interesting.
Oh, by the way, this
is
our
friend group.
Speaking of Ashley, this is her.
That's one of her shirts.
Yeah. That's,
nice. That's a sick shirt, man.
Yeah, she does dope shit. Vampirephilia, straight out of the coffin is her.
Straight out of the coffin. Thank you.
Sweet.
But yeah, so and then like, you know, that was years ago, 3-4 years ago, and then I had this idea about doing a song. Like I've been listening to a shit ton of Run the Jewels at the time.
Yeah, it was Run the Jewels that had you.
It was Run the Jewels. And I'm
nice.
like, I love, you know, let's ignore the fact that it's a black guy and a white guy talking about politics. That really wasn't the intention there.
Yeah, basically.
It was just,
I didn't catch that. I don't know.
Oh no, it wasn't obvious at all.
I didn't see that. No,
you know,
I get it.
Dane was talking about a lot of the same shit I was at the time on social. And not a lot of artists are like, I mean, you know, John, you know this, like being in comedy, like there's a fucking differentiating, there's a line.
Yeah.
There's a line. And you either decide to cross it or not. And,
Yeah.
and a lot of people, for fear of retaliation or for fear of pissing off the wrong person who's a booker or promoter or runs a venue or is a fan or whatever, you don't cross the line. And then there's other people who are like, this is too important to even notice the fucking line.
Right.
Fuck 'em.
It is. And then we do what we do and we say what we say. And Dane was doing that, and I had already liked him as a human and as a performer, as an artist. And then when I saw this, I was like, well, okay, you're on the same page as me. That's not like all those other things plus that, not common.
Yeah.
You know, there was a whole lot of stars line, and I literally just called him. I just called him up. I was like, hey, let's do this thing. I have some of these beats, some ideas for songs and shit. And Failure Made Monsters originally started as a group.
Yeah.
It wasn't a podcast.
Yeah.
It was a duo, and then we were like,
it's a great fucking name though. Like
it is a great fucking name.
And
I keep telling him
look
that.
of it who designed the look?
Santino.
Nice.
Yeah, I did the logo and all that and the whole thing.
Tinas did that. Yeah.
Yeah. I wanted it to be exactly what it became, fortunately, except I wanted it to be a group. But then for other things, I started doing other projects. And Dane was doing other projects.
I started.
And it felt like we were, it's already hard enough to break out. Never mind, like if you don't have no idea Santino the Misfit or Santino Campanelli, whatever's involved.
And that's the first thing you hear. Yeah.
And you're spending money on marketing this extra thing and money on marketing that thing and building a whole new social platform on every individual platform and channel. And it's like a whole it's an ordeal that requires.
It also gets hella confusing for your fan base because they don't know. It's hard to keep it.
What's your thing?
Yeah. Is this your music or is that your? What are you doing?
Dude,
like all of that.
I hate all that shit. I can't fucking stand it. Like I had somebody tell me to do a separate Instagram page for the podcast or whatever, but I obviously, my Instagram page on its own is not enough followers, whatever. I should have just posted everything from like, because now I'm going back and forth. And,
dude,
it's just a fucking dumb thing.
And I have the band Scarlet, which which I'm converting into the same thing. I'm trying to anyway. It's the same situation with Dane. It's just like I'm an artist, you're an artist. We collaborated. Here are both of our names on this thing. And I was like, let's just make Failure Made Monsters the name of our podcast. Yeah. Because the podcast, because we were stuck in fucking side. We couldn't do anything. Yeah. Like during the quarantine, I was like, well, let's just do this every week and promote what we're doing musically.
Right.
And dude,
those commercials you fucking created. Were just great that you would play during the thing. The commercials are fucking amazing.
Love his commercials.
Yeah, I should have grabbed. See that? This is why I'm a terrible host. I should have grabbed some of those commercials and played them to the thing.
Oh Jesus!
Wait, for what? For what? Oh. I don't. What is that?
Oh yeah, what's your
Who are you talking about?
Like a giant
Who is this girl?
For me today, like shit. I have a beauty brand as well called Fucking Fantastic. YouLookFF.com and at YouLookFF. YOULOOKFF on all social platforms, and we sell a makeup remover towel and a whole hair care line and stuff. And I did a bunch of commercials for as a director. I got to work. Michael Stein, by the way, shout to him. He's the DP on the commercials. And Stein, by the way, is a fucking. I never get to talk about him much, and I got to bring him on as a guest on our show one day. Stein is fucking awesome. Like he shot the fact that I got him to do my commercial, he's just a cool dude. Like he came over here, we drank tequila, smoked cigars, bullshit and stuff. Friend through our producer Tom, but he did the fucking Eminem Nat video and shit. Like, he started doing all this other like massive shit. Yeah, and he's shooting these fucking commercials for like massive diamond companies in New York and shit. I'm like, what the fuck you doing? We're doing my little piddly towel commercial in LA, you know? But he like, you know, I want to do a feature with him. I love the dude. He's a super cool dude. So I haven't had a chance to say. I kept forgetting to. You know, when we do the commercial and Dane and I don't want to divert and talk about myself, but since this episode is now about me and Hitler, here we are. So,
it's only one way to get Hitler money. You know what I'm saying?
I'm just saying, I'm trying to get it.
You got to hustle.
Beauty products.
Oh, so that is so fun. I love that it just keeps coming back to Hitler.
It has to. We're you know, that's what we do. We bring it back. Yeah. You know, circumcision, Hitler. Beauty products, movies, music, Donald Trump. That's it.
Right.
The film.
Right.
Film.
And the film.
Making film in all the ways you can conceive.
Ava Braun made some film.
What's that?
Wow, stop it. We don't know that. That's a
I love he says we don't know.
We don't know that for sure. She doesn't seem like the kind of person that knows what the fuck she was doing to be
Oh, that's fucking great.
John, what are you up to?
Yeah, what am I up to?
Who asked the host questions around here? John, what the fuck?
Yeah, holy shit. Man? What am I up to?
As a one host to another, sir, what are you doing?
What am I doing? I've got gigs coming up. I've got I'm at Nowhere Comedy Club at the end of July. I've got to promote the shit out of that. I should have given Tom the promotional material for that. Did not. There's tickets online on my Instagram, but yeah, it's a virtual comedy club that started during the pandemic that grew a crazy ass following.
Oh shit, okay.
I'll be headlining that July 31st. Bill Burr's headlined it. Wendy Liebman's headlined it. Awesome. Bunch of other fucking guys. So I'm going to be doing it. I'll be the first
after
to not
making
draw.
you laugh. After making you laugh as much as I have, I feel like I could open for you at this point. So you know what I'm saying?
Just do it. Just fucking get in there. Dude, I'm coming out to LA in the fall, so we all got to get together. We got to do some shit.
When?
Wait, what?
In the fall.
Yes.
I'm looking to come out to LA. Yeah, absolutely.
Well, is that just something you're saying on the show?
No. I really do want to come out. Like I wanted to come out.
We're doing a show in person.
Yes.
If you come out here, all
absolutely.
3 of us. Failure Made Monsters in the flesh.
Hammered drunk.
Only if I can sit in the middle of you two on that couch.
Only if I can touch your junk the whole time.
I was
John's
just
bringing the Delta variant straight
I was like,
to you.
only if, I'm bringing
well,
the
if I can
Delta
go
variant.
skiing.
I have to go to fucking dude. I got so much crap going on. I'm gonna be in Houston in September.
So you're back.
Fucking there's just a bunch of gigs popping up or whatever now, and then of course I'll be local in New Jersey, but nobody gives a shit about that.
No, they do. Well, hang on, but real quick, if you, I got a great idea for you. Right now, hear me out. Hear me out. What we're gonna do is we're gonna have somebody come over. Let's get Dane to fly out, right? And then you scream a bunch of racist obscenities at him. Hold on. Let me finish. You scream a bunch of racist obscenities at. You're in New Jersey, right? So you scream these things to him, like just completely like arrogant, and then shout out your actual home address while doing so, and then a whole horde of people will show up.
That happened.
Then just do a show.
Wait a minute. Did you know that?
Perfect.
Wait, but were you referencing that what actually
Yes,
happened
he was,
on purpose?
exactly.
Okay,
No,
all right.
Dane, it's a complete coincidence.
Okay.
I should have Dane. I should pull a Michael Richards.
By the way, Dane, there's no Santa Claus, and Donald Trump isn't actually still president.
First of all, you
I should
can't
have-
tell me there's no Santa Claus.
I should.
'cause
You
you don't know him like I know him personally.
I should pull a Michael Richards, have Dane come out to one of my shows, heckle me, and then I'll just scream Benny over and over again.
He
doesn't belong here.
I will say this. I have never felt a couple things
No one
that
got that reference, but us.
that made me super proud was everybody on that motherfucker's lawn like, keep that energy, motherfucker. Come outside. Come outside. That was
that was great.
On. The best part though
of waking up.
No, is when somebody is adding a bitch to your cut. Is when someone goes, "Come outside, bitch," and then someone just goes, "Bitch" in the middle of it, and they all
did it become a thing? Yes.
Come outside, bitch. Come outside, bitch.
Somebody kicked off a beat. You just fucking know it. Like,
that's amazing.
Yo, I will sample that right now.
Should we?
There's so much to sample from this episode.
Next by Santino, the Misfit, and Dayne Alexander, aka Failure Made Monsters. Come outside, bitch.
But wow. And you know what? And it starts with Catch Me Outside. How about that, right? And then it goes, whoa, what?
Oh, shit.
Yo, I want to make an entire record, right, of just taking shit from the zeitgeist and turning it into tracks.
Because the internet.
Because there was that, right?
That's a wait. You could be like the Billy Joel, like who started the fire, whatever the fuck the name of that song is, but like just take memes and shit from the internet. I couldn't think of it. I blacked out. For
there's a fucking. Have you heard? You guys are on TikTok. You know that Into the Thick of It.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I've been meaning to call. I should not be saying this live on air because I'm gonna give the idea away. I've been meaning to make that, but THICC.
Oh, I'm down. I know somebody that would be perfect if it was THICC. I know somebody.
Is she sitting in front of you?
Would be perfect for that shit.
Do you?
Look at him. Yeah, she's sitting in front of him.
I like a thick bitch.
She's not sitting in front of me, actually.
Oh shit!
Laying down.
Very nice, very nice.
What's that? Are you about to burn some calories on this dick? On this?
All right, you're done.
That's also what we're sampling. We're taking that out.
Because look, I will say this: after the whole Sha'Carri thing and like all of the other fucking Olympic fucking racism shit.
Oh yeah,
I was like, look, motherfuckers are like, yo, y'all ain't gonna keep doing us like this. We're gonna pull up on your lawn, like, and I would love to reference that in some actual music.
Did he fucking Iron Man?
Huh?
Did he think he was fucking Iron Man? Like in Iron Man 3 when he gives out the fucking address and then
but it's just like
it's the same shit.
That didn't even work out for Iron Man.
Exactly.
It's that entitlement shit though. Like that same thing happened when there's that footage of that one black dude just straight socking that dude that's like just like holding up Nazi KKK propaganda, and like he's
the guy with the can in the 7-Eleven,
and he like puts it right. It's like you just think you think that like everybody's just gonna ride for it, and you're gonna meet that one. You're gonna meet those ones that are gonna be like, nah, I'm gonna pull your fucking card on this.
I'm just saying this real quick for anybody watching this and thinking that Dayne is not that one. Fuck around and find out.
Oh,
fuck around and find out.
And after, real quick, another thing too. And I love this dude even more. So we did the show the other night in person on this stupid flaky painted couch behind me.
I love that couch.
Me too. It was amazing.
I love it, but it falls apart in real life too. So you sit on it, just pieces falling off. It's old and painted. Anyway, and the guy I bought it from, his name is Batman. I'm not kidding. An artist somewhere in LA named Batman made the couch.
Shout out
Batman. We bought it online. Shout out Batman. Went to his place. Crazy dude, nice guy. Anyway, he did not tell me the fucking couch was gonna fall apart when I bought it, but I love it. Tom, I'm so sorry, man. By the way, you like when one of the four guys on screen's like,
you invited us.
Yeah, can I go home?
Tom's running like 3 other programs right now. I don't know if he can hear us.
So anyway, fucking
he can't. He's not even letting
he had no idea. Dayne comes over and we do the show and stuff, but then Dayne and I actually hung out for the first time in a long time, not working.
Watch yourself.
Easy. We have. I mean, we may have butt stuff happen, but no. But like, we got to actually bullshit and shit and talk, like, because I've known Dayne for years, and we got to hang out and bullshit not working. Yeah, all the times we hung out, we've been shooting music videos, doing a show, or whatever the fuck. Like, hi Tom, welcome back.
Hey Tom, welcome back, bro.
I apologize. I'm on like
I was talking all kinds of shit about you.
I told them you were working on two other things, but it was funny. He was like, "Sorry, Tom," blah 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 blah, and Tom's just like,
nothing. Ghost town. It's all good.
You should have just started talking shit right at me and laughed as a group, because I would have laughed with you to continue the.
Just follow. Oh yeah, we're just like, yeah, fucking Donald Trump's the greatest thing ever.
Stupid. What happened?
But anyway, so fucking Dayne and I were talking, and we got to know, and like we talked about each other's like past and all. Yeah. We got into it. We really talked about it. And
I don't remember this, but I believe you.
And if you've been watching the show, we talked about putting out stuff that never actually came out, because I have a thing about music. Like, when I make shit, I get hung up in my own bullshit where it needs to be better than it'll probably ever be. And I'm getting worse. Right. I'm getting worse the older I get, and the more I know about how to do the things. Because I used to record stuff and to hand it off to someone to mix it and to master.
Dude, we were just talking to Kelly Carlin last night about something she had written like 5 years ago called "Perfectionism Kills."
Yeah,
and like the death of creativity.
There's a lyric, I want to look it up, from Mike Shinoda in Fort Minor.
Love Mike Shinoda.
Mike Shinoda is amazing.
I think you're thinking of the song.
You know why?
Corona, but go ahead.
You know why? Because it's 10% luck, 20% skill,
50% concentrated power, will, 5% pleasure, 50% pain, and 100% reason to remember the name.
Fuck, that's hard as fuck.
I love that fucking song.
That is bars.
Holy shit!
Sorry,
but he's talking about, like, the short version is like don't even bother trying to chase perfect. Like, it's not a fucking option.
Yeah, no.
You're always gonna look at something you put out and think you could. The movie is a great example of, like, I haven't watched it in a while. I can't watch it without thinking of what I told you before. How many people were in the room when I shot the scene? There's not enough extras. And like little shit, I cannot enjoy unless and one of the few times I've ever
enjoyed. Dude, I can't stand Up It. We keep having to play that shit over and over again.
It's one of those watching anything you've been a part of creatively or listening to it is difficult after unless there's I had
to go on a podcast the other day, and it was interviewing me about it and mental health, and they were like, "So what are your thoughts on?" I was like, "I don't fucking know."
I don't got it. Look, I don't got it in me, bud.
I was like, I got nothing. I'm like, honestly, you should probably watch.
You know what? Look, at the end of the day,
I'm like tying a noose.
Straight the fuck up, dude. Straight the fuck up.
I can't do this with you right now. I'm sorry. I'm otherwise engaged.
Exactly. No, at the end of the day, for creatives, right? And this goes for John and everybody in this room.
Mm-hmm.
We make shit. We put it out into the world. We feel a certain way about it. It's never going to be the same experience as somebody who enjoys it, or a fan, or even somebody who was also involved in the creation of it. We all see these creations of our own through our own fucking lens, right? And then we know that as creatives. What I'm finding the older I get is, and Dayne reminded me more. Dayne, I haven't had a chance to talk to you about this. This is where we're doing this live on a fucking broadcast, but our conversation the other night has been. The way that shot of Orson Welles has been stuck in my head. This conversation we had has been stuck in my head for
in a bad way, because I don't know. I don't know a lot of what I said, but
that's fair. That's fair. But no, in a mixed way, but in a good way. In that, my take. That's true.
Sorry, I got like, I swear, I know. 45% of it. 45.
Listen to me. Okay. There was a lot of tequila and White Claws and shit, and then there was nothing left in the apartment, and then we were switching liquors. Like, it went like that.
Jesus.
And it was an awesome time. But like, but we had this conversation. We were talking about the things like we haven't put out and why I haven't put them out. Blah 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 blah. But I started thinking about it more, and like, I get hung up on like, especially the older I get, and like, I feel like the window of being able to make something work gets smaller and smaller, because like, you only hear about like the Oprahs and the fucking Harrison Fords and like a handful of people in all of history who made it past a certain point because of, like, let's call it dumb luck, because it's a mixture of dumb luck and being prepared when the door of opportunity presents itself and all that, blah blah blah.
Right.
But like I'm listening, I'm sitting there replaying it, and I start thinking about it, and I'm getting really stressed out. I'm like, I should have put this out. I should have done this. I should have done that. This is good enough. That's not good enough. Blah 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 blah. And then it kind of dawns on me a little bit. I've been in a bad mood all fucking day. By the way, before I jumped on this show, I've been like depressed all fucking day.
Oh, dude, that was me like a couple weeks. I think I might just be coming out of it. Maybe. Fingers crossed.
And probably for the same reasons. My wife was probably upstairs thinking, where the fuck was all this energy for the last 14 hours you've been awake? Because you've been a miserable asshole sitting on the fucking I've been trying to find the energy to even work, to do things I need to do. Dude. I'm fucked. Like, do these things. Because I can't stop thinking about the things I want to do. I want to make more music. I want to make another film. I do not I like doing the beauty brand because there is other, we donate to the Trevor Project and the NRDC and every monthly. And then I get to work with great creatives, and I like coming up with the creative for it. But being, a salesman has never been my fucking forte. It's not what I want to do. I just need money to do the other things I want to do. Dude.
Right.
But I know everyone here gets that, and anyone who's ever tried any creative or artistic endeavor in the history of their life understands that. We'll call it a plight, because it really fucking is. And I don't want to. I don't want to sit here from my penthouse after making a movie and having a podcast and cool friends and blah blah blah. Sound like my life as well as
downtown LA is so fucking hard.
I know, right? But at the end of the day, and you've seen this, like the Robin Williamses of the world and stuff. Like, you can have all these other things and still not be fucking happy. You can still be so unhappy you fucking kill yourself. Right? Like, that's where we get
Anthony Bourdain.
There are no shortage of examples of why.
Okay, first of all, Clinton's killed him, but all right, no, I'm just kidding. Sorry, go ahead.
Epstein did not kill him. No, but I'm saying, we can look at all these different things and the things that we want to do and the things we're actually doing and the things we're trying to do to supplement the things we want to do. And there's a whole weird, hierarchy to the priorities we place on X, Y, and Z that people who listen to the product that we create have no fucking clue about. They have no fucking idea. And after talking, and they have no fucking, and we have to come out here and smile and dance like a fucking marionette, like everything's good. Right? We have to pretend our podcast is a gazillion listeners and everyone gives a shit about all the things we're doing. And here's a picture of me smiling, doing fuck all and nobody. Like, this is the world and it's become more of that as the attention is constant. What I'm figuring out, and I think I'm having this epiphany live during this fucking show, honestly. This is and 3 of these and 1 of these in the reason I'm having it. Dead ass though. I'm learning something, and when I reminisce about the cool shit I've been able to do. Because Dayne, you made a point the other night about but you've done this, and you've had the opportunity to do this and this. And I know that. I know I've played with great bands and worked with great artists and had big shows and blah, blah, blah. Yeah. When I talk about those things, it's never about that. It's never about that. You know what it is? It's about this. I got to do this with these cool motherfuckers. It's about the people I got to do it with. And it's really, 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 really fucking hard to think about that when you're measuring the art you're putting out by how successful it is. How much money did it make me? How many views did it get? Blah, blah, blah. But when I made the fucking thing, I got to do it with these people, like Michael Stein, who I referenced earlier. And I'm like, that was awesome. I got the day itself. And then the process of seeing it be, when I cut it together and I'm like, holy shit, this crazy idea I had actually looks awesome. And then you put it out, people are like, hey, this is awesome. And I come on this podcast and you motherfuckers are talking about some commercial I pulled out of my ass for a product I know very little about in the middle of the world ending, but I got to do it with cool people and it looked fucking cool because it's fun. It was a good thing and I'm really proud of it. And it may not have done everything I wanted it to do, but it's like, hey, you referenced that thing. And same with the movie and the music and all the shit. And every time I talk about it, I'm like, it was because of these other fucking people that I even give a shit about.
Do we need to have a hug after this? Is
that
yeah, I feel like we should have a hug.
No, but he's so fucking right. It's about the hang most of the time. And
When I play a show, I don't know if you guys are like this. When I play a show, And on top of the fact that my memory is already like very bizarre, I will remember the most obscure fucking detail about like politics and whatever. But like on stage, I'm like blank. Tell me to reference a show, they all blend together.
Yeah, it's one giant thing.
Yes, like on stage, it's like jerking off, dude. It becomes a reflex. Like I know how to do it. And I just go into autopilot and I get this euphoria from it the same way as sex and fucking and the whole thing and singing in general. It becomes this automatic thing I do that I love to do. But when I talk about it and when I reminisce about it, when I remember any of it, it's very rarely the moments on stage. It's everything that preceded it and everything that came immediately after it and the people I was with.
Yep. Yeah.
And exactly. I swear
it's always about the green room shit. It's always about who you got to see. And then when you're on stage, it's autopilot. And I hope no one kills me. And I hope I'm not repeating a joke.
We do not rehearse a million times for it to feel fresh to us.
Right.
We rehearsed a million times for it to be reflex in case our nerves get in our way and we forget something.
You forget shit.
It just has to come the fuck out of your face immediately, or you are embarrassed or humiliated or you fucked up or whatever. So
that's why I hate
it's hard to be in the moment when you're doing a repetition, you know?
Yeah. And that's the thing. Like, that's why I hate going on some shows and interviews and crap like that, or doing fucking daytime news or whatever when I'm doing a thing. Because they always ask the same fucking question where they're like, do you have a set? And it's like, you know what? Because you don't want to be honest and you don't want to say the same thing because you want people to come to the show.
Apparently I do.
No, but I mean, like, in this situation, yes. But when I'm fucking doing like morning news to make sure people come to the club, I'm not going to be like, I do whatever I want when I get on stage. And if they stay, they stay. And if they come back, they come back. But like a large portion of it is like, I got to do shit for me so I don't get bored. But I have to make sure the material is solid if I need to go. Because I have days where, you know, I'm sure you have, I don't know if it's the same thing for music too, but I have days where my energy levels are not up. I don't know if I'm going to be able to do it on.
Months.
Exactly.
Months.
And then like you go to do the show and you're like, okay, you know what? I'm fucking autopiloting this shit. And I know my stuff's good enough to hold up, but my energy's not there. And then there's days where like I'm having or nights, you know, when I'm going on stage and
there are times where I can't, my brain won't shut the fuck up with ideas. Yeah. And I could not be more into the idea of creating and writing and making. And then there's other times where I'm like, all I think about is why the fuck am I not making enough money off of doing this thing to keep doing it? And then I'm like, well, maybe it's not good enough and blah, 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 and all the bullshit. And then how can you not fall into a hole for a little while?
Yeah.
How can you not?
Dude, sometimes I think
puts themselves out there like that.
Yeah. Sometimes I feel like I'm like, man, I must not love stand-up as much as these people that I see, even if they're new. Even if
that's
they're new.
A trap.
That is.
That's a trap.
But I'm like, I must not love it enough because they're doing it like I just see them out doing it all the time. And then I have to think like I love it too much because I don't want to do that for free. One, two, I don't want to do those shitty gigs, and I don't like the way it feels in that situation. But the funny thing is that's the perception, is that if you're not out and visible all the time, and then I just have to go, fuck it though, it's for me. And I also know that when I do get something that's major or something that's big or whatever, and they go, well, I didn't see him at the bar or at this place or at that place. Why does he get that? And I just think, fuck you, because I got it, because I'm good. Like, I don't need to.
Because the same logic applies. Look, I was again, actually, the same interview was, I think it was Ben Affleck on the round table the other night when I watched
Ben Affleck's getting his name tossed around a lot.
That's not the this
is what happens when you. Ben Affleck is Hitler. This is what happens.
Ben Affleck has Hitler money.
That's fucked up.
No, but like he said some shit that I've been saying forever. The reason, like, people looked at me when I was younger, when I was 13, 14 years old. I had dyed like manic panic, blood red hair, band t-shirts, trench coat, 300 pounds, white contact, trying to be a rock star.
Wow.
Like, what in the absolute fuck are you thinking? And my thought at the time, naive young me, but still this applies. And Ben and I never felt more validated to have had this thought for so long until I heard him say it the other day in the interview, and I watched it the other day. Literally, it's an older interview, but you know, I look. Have you ever been on stage or at a show? More specifically, you've been at a show or on a set or watching a comedy show, band, play, whatever, and you go, this motherfucker's doing it.
Yes. Oh,
well, if this motherfucker can do it,
dude, let me tell you right now,
what the fuck do they have that I don't?
Nothing is more inspiring in this business than mediocrity. Nothing.
Yes.
When you see somebody on, like, when I see a comic on the Tonight Show that's on Fallon and they're this garbage, I'm like, oh, I can. But here's my thing though. I don't ever think I can do better. I go, I could suck just as much as that guy sucking.
No, all right, we differ there. I always think I can at least, at bare fucking minimum, do better than what got you there.
I think I am.
And I know you know that. Shut up.
But wait. Have you gotten to the point where you went back to something that you used to think was like top tier above anything you could ever be capable of, and then you go back to it with what you have now, like the arsenal you have now, and you're like,
you don't do that.
No, hold on. Let me finish. You go back to it now, and you're like, I can actually do better than that now.
If you don't do that, like, you're not growing.
I could body that verse I used to look up to.
Dead look at me. If you look at me through the screen. If you do not do that, while you continue to create, you are not growing. Be concerned.
You know what's really fun? I don't know if you guys can do this as musicians either, but like I every now and again, sometimes I'll go back and look at material because I've been doing this for like 15 years. I'll go back and find jokes that I like from notebooks that I know sucked, but I'm so much better now that I can go. I can make that.
I can make that
funny. I can make that work really fucking
it's
well.
Not
and
the
it's
like because it's not the so like as a for instance for a musical spin, and I've done it with other things, but it's not it's the idea.
Oh yeah,
the idea still works. There's a kernel there. And you didn't know how at the time. You didn't have the tools to turn this kernel into the right presentation. But as you get old, I mean, honestly, that is the only fucking benefit of getting older as a creator is being better at that.
There's not many benefits getting older.
Can I just brief aside and talk about Santino's face right now? This teeners, this guy, who he's been for the last like 20 minutes.
The intensity,
like it.
I only get like this when we're talking about politics and life.
You know what? We should have started this episode out just bitching about the business and our creative paths and all that other shit.
I never like to look. I never want to seem like I'm complaining.
No, we're not complaining.
I know, but then that's what it's
acknowledging that there is bullshittery afoot.
So much,
and no more so that we've all realized since the pandemic. Like since this all, like there's so much shit I won't do now because of having that time to be like, oh, I don't need to fucking do this shit anymore. Dayne has a hard out. I'm so glad I said out and not on.
Pause.
It was so close. It could have been anything. So before you guys go, I have to ask you both the same question I ask everybody at the end of the program.
That sounds like a familiar trope.
Answer this
you.
Answer this individually.
What our sex move is?
No, God, no. I know. I'm hoping to find that out in person. What I need. I love that you both did too.
Yes.
No, what if you had the opportunity to go back and give your younger self a piece of advice, something you know now, individually, what would you give yourself? What would you tell yourselves? Could be creatively, personally, whatever you want, but what would you say? Only one.
Go back to 13-year-old trench coat you. What do you tell him?
There's so much that I would tell that dumb motherfucker.
You know what's fun? I've heard people ask other people this question.
Oh, I got it.
Yeah.
And I've thought about it. And I'll let Dayne answer.
It's a hard question. It's a weird question to answer.
It's one thing I don't know.
Yeah, one. You only get one.
Like
Dayne, what do you got?
I'm trying to find the right wording for it, but I would say it's gonna sound like cliche and easy, but I would say really fuck what they think. And what I mean by that is it has taken me the longest part of my career and the longest part of my life to actually embrace who I wanted to be in the way that I wanted to be that person. It was in the back of my mind. It was like I like all the way up until 20s, fucking 30s. what would my mom think? What would my family think?
Ooh.
What would these people think? What if they don't like me? What if they don't like me? What if they don't like this? What if I don't? And it took me so long. Maybe it took me to get good enough, or maybe it just took me to not care enough or hurt enough or whatever. But just like if I could have started with, really, I know you're gonna do it no matter what, and I know that, like, but really just don't fucking care. Like, and just start there and see how far you get. I would say that. I would say that.
I like that.
I like that.
I didn't actually not care, but I acted like I didn't care enough. Yeah. But if I had to give myself, I'm not going to say advice. I'm going to say I'd give myself younger me homework, because there's still something I have not figured out. And this was a huge part of what Dane and I were talking about the other night. And I'm hoping that had I started thinking about this sooner, maybe I'd have the answer by this age. And maybe I never will. I don't know. But figure out what your measure of success is.
Ooh.
Because I find I find myself had I thought of success differently younger, I probably would have enjoyed things more. And I probably would feel less shitty now about the way things are as far as my measure of success is, because and it's a double-edged sword, because the reason I push myself to do more is because I'm so hard on myself. Yeah, because I have that ugly duckling syndrome from when I was a kid, and a mixed bag of other bullshit that a therapist could probably dig into with a chisel. But honestly though, I know as an intellectual, I know life is good comparatively to the shit that other people have been through, blah, blah, blah. But my personal experience still gives me grief for not thinking I've done well enough in so many things. Even with the movie and so many things, the success level, I do not feel like I've been successful in fucking anything other than I've been successful in making cool shit and getting real fucking close to what I think success is.
Dude, the closeness.
Dude, like closeness, fucking tickling the balls of success my entire life.
It's like the right there. Keep doing that right there. For your whole life.
I got her pants off. But the undies do not leave, and I'm never in. But you know what? At the end of the day, though, like everything, like I said before, everything that led to that has been amazing. Working with Dane, working with John on like you've been the most common guest we've had on our podcast in the last year.
It's been a blast, dude. It's so much fun.
You're awesome.
Thank you again for having us on tonight.
It was fucking awesome, man. You guys are great.
I love doing this shit, man. Thank you, Tom, as well. But yeah, I mean that would be it. I think just.
But do you think that's because the bar keeps moving? Because like even though you thought that was successful, it's going a little further.
I feel like that's that feels like that seems like the obvious answer, but at the end of the day, I feel like my measure of success has always kind of been, whether it's music or film or whatever, is like if I do this one thing, if I put this one thing out into the world, does it then afford me the opportunity to do it again?
Oh,
yeah. And the truth of the matter is more often than not, it itself doesn't. I have to find a new opportunity to do it again. Right. I have to work another job to do something, or claw up another wall, or knock down another door, or meet another contact, or open another venue, work with another venue. Some fucking
welcome to the suck.
Yeah, you feel like you're always having to start back at zero. You're like, I just fucking did this thing though.
Single fucking time. And then the older I get, the farther away I get from my biggest successes in one thing or another, the more like when I was younger, they didn't feel like, I just don't think about it. Like they don't, the shit doesn't feel as insurmountable as it does once you've kind of started scaling the wall and been knocked down a million fucking times, because you're getting tired. I've been hanging on to the same fucking wall, climbing up, getting knocked down, since I was 13. But also, at the same time, because Danes and Johns and all were next to me while I was doing it, and in a brief moment we hung out off the wall and we're like, yo, let's drink and talk about dicks and shit.
Yeah, but like you just said, the joy is in the climb.
Also, since we're not This is a sidebar, but also since we're not doing the show this weekend, hey man, what are you doing this weekend? I'm coming through.
Come on, dude.
Let's do it.
Oh
Shit, ribs. Ribs. Let's talk offline.
Ribs. You're making ribs.
Ribs.
Yes.
I got
That
you.
was part of the conversation.
I'll make you feel better.
Apparently, Dayne makes life-changing ribs, and I'm a huge barbecue fan.
Fuck
so.
yeah, dude.
Well,
And wait, no.
I tell you guys, I'm going to Maryland this weekend.
God damn it, fuck. I make fire ass ribs. I make life-changing French toast. My French toast will impregnate you. This is not a game.
Santino is trying to get you to stay the evening. That's what he's saying.
No, you don't need to
For the
try.
ribs.
You don't
Stay
need
for
to
the
try,
French toast.
Tom.
Stay for the French toast.
He's coming to my place. Let's
Wait a
not
minute.
pretend.
Say it again. Wait, say it again.
Have you seen
write
this
it down.
couch?
Come for the ribs.
Come
Come
for the ribs.
Stay for the French toast.
Oh,
That's a
beautiful.
fucking caption.
Listen, thank you both for coming on.
Thank
you guys
you.
are fucking, you're the best. I love you guys.
Thank
I
you
can't
for
wait to
having
hang
us.
out with you in
Both of you,
person
thank
and fuck around on that couch. And
Yes,
behind
sir.
you.
It's the casting couch now, baby. Let's go.
Yeah.
Let's go
I can see it.
skiing.
I can see it now.
John's
It's been
ready to
roughed
work
up.
his way into a
That-
role.
there's no white paint on that couch.
Yo,
Please.
I'll bring my
Next-
lighting. Let's do it.
Next movie. Let's do it together.
I'm in.
Fuck Danny Trejo.
He's like
Fuck
bully too.
No, we love him.
He makes great tacos.
No, John's saying that's what he'll do to get a role.
Oh,
Yeah,
wow.
that's what I'll do.
Sir.
That's gonna be the
Literally.
title of the movie.
We're sick of climbing walls, but our hand strength now is phenomenal.
These hands.
These
These
hands.
hands.
baby.
These hands. All right.
Oh fuck! All right,
fucking
thanks for
love you,
coming on,
John,
guys.
man.
Hang out
I appreciate
for a
it.
minute in the green room. We'll be right back.
Dystopia Tonight.